Alien RPG is a game played by adults and contains subject matter intended for mature audiences. There will be themes and situations that may be uncomfortable or upsetting to some viewers. Our players have discussed their zones of comfort at length and have safety tools at their disposal. Viewer discretion is advised.
Reaching for the stars is the only hope for humanity. But the corporate world that we know today never went away as we reached for the stars. Different factions from around the world gathered their forces, new lines were drawn, new allegiances were made. And those very same grudges and those very same rivalries carried on into the stars and through the colonizations. One key factor, though, is that much like our world today, corporate power is the real power in the stars. One such corporate power is Weyland-Yutani. Building better worlds. Leaders in robotics, weaponry, and colonization and terraforming. We find ourselves on the USCSS Erebus, working on a Weyland-Yutani Bond, a colony ship, heading out for LV-937. Out here, they found rich mineral deposits, new forms of botanical life that could be used for medicines. But the downside to it is that it's very close to the UPP frontier. The UPP, the Union of Progressive Peoples, is what we would normally think of as China. And all the countries around there have formed that particular military bloc, we'll say. But an unclaimed world is an unclaimed world, and they have to recognize it. So, eking very close to the frontier, approximately 3 light years from the UPP border, we find ourselves on LV-937. Heading out, each one of these new colonists come from other colonies, other worlds, but they're here. Entering into the Hab chamber before they're about to leave the gateway at Anchorhead, they enter Hab room 7D. The grav couches and the hibernation tubes await them. Not much time for introductions. I mean, you don't exactly introduce yourself to everybody on a plane when you're just flying across the country. And that has kind of the same vibe. They put on their special suits and they climb in. And as they do, the bed shut and the dreamless sleep of space travel meets them. But suddenly it's disturbed. Flashing across the transparent windows of their beds, emergency is flashing. They're waking up. Lights are flashing beyond. There's noise that can be heard. Klaxons blaring loudly. Emergency wake-up procedure. Emergency wake-up procedure. And those resting in Pod 7D awake. Their glass cracked on some. Some of them already open. Some of them still closed. The lights fill your eyes. The sound fills your ears, almost deafening. And coming out of hypersleep is no small feat. Your throat's dry, you're dehydrated, you're hungry, your vision is blurred. And you're immediately looking for that wake-up cocktail, as they call it. Stumbling around, vision blurred. And at this time, our first to emerge with a raspy throat and blurred vision. Elise, please describe for us what your character looks like.
Elise is a woman of average height, short cropped red hair that would normally be very finely coiffed, probably in a state of disarray at this point due to the events. Her Her eyes, her one eye is a dark brown and the other is slightly off, slightly different color. A pretty woman, if nothing else. And she is dazed and confused. Dazed and confused.
As you're crawling out of your hab, you are out of your pod, you're stumbling around, kind of working off muscle memory. You've made trips like this before. Well, your last assignment had you making one. And as you stumble over towards where the rejuvenation drink, for lack of a better term, which is this interesting cocktail of proteins, high proteins, enzymes, vitamins, basically Gatorade on crack mixed with a protein drink, begins to pour into a square bowl. As you look around, you see the flashing lights, the warning sounds blaring, and you see another blur as it begins to emerge. Bud, describe for us what you look like.
Ulysses Bud Buchanan is a middle-aged Caucasian man, probably in his late 40s. Looks like when he was younger, he was probably, bull strong, horse strong, but he's gotten a little older. He's got a little bit of a dad gut going. Taller fella, about 6'3", and hair's a little longer, but the hairline's gotten back so far. He probably should have shaved his head a couple years ago, but he just hasn't. He won't let it go. But if he's sitting up in the bed, first thing he does is he immediately horks and fires off a loogie, like most middle-aged men do when they wake up in the morning, and is trying to get his senses about him, and reaches in the pod, pulls out his glasses, and puts them on, and is kind of taking the whole thing in. Probably just wearing like boxer briefs, like I imagine most of us, just in our skivvies, and just starts to kind of take it in. Do I see Elise?
As you're looking around, your vision, despite putting on your glasses out of reflex, is still blurred. It takes a little bit for your vision to really kind of return. It's that same feeling of like when you go to the doctor and get your eyes dilated. You can kind of make stuff out, but it's a little blurry everywhere and, honing in. But you definitely see a woman standing there in some sort of white garment and that bright red hair. So you're able to kind of hone in on that.
I'll get up out of the bed. I've done this before. I know the potion's over there somewhere, or should be in the room somewhere at least. So I'll stand up. My knees will pop a couple times as they do, and I'll probably start trying to mosey my way that way towards her.
All right. As you're moseying over, you kind of lose your balance for half a second, catching yourself. The knees and the back ain't exactly what they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, the pod next to you, your hand kind of pushes through as a portion of the glass that was there is kind of broken. And you look down and you see what appears to be one of the beams from above came down and crashed through the glass, but it managed to miss the person inside.
Training immediately. My training immediately fires up. Before I look for my kit, I want to make sure they're still breathing. Who do I see inside?
As you look down and you look through to see, you see the beam punctures right between the legs of Libby. As you start to come to, you see this man on the other side of the glass trying his best to look at you, kind of see what he can do. And as you look down, you do see a support beam that has punctured your pod, right narrowly missing both of your legs and between it, right at the base of your ankles.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You see in the pod a tall, wiry woman with long, stringy, mousy brown hair. She's very pale, possibly of a Eastern European descent. She's pretty, but in like a weird, haunting way. She's just kind of like staring wide-eyed at the bar between her legs. and then up to you. And she's trying to speak, but she's not quite past what is happening yet. So she's just kind of like panicking, staring at you.
You just go on, keep taking deep breaths. Don't worry. I'm going to get some other people up. We're going to get you out of there, okay?
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
And with that, as you begin to look around, standing there outside of his pod, in what would only imagine you could see is probably what a normal sleepwalker would probably look like, TC. As you're coming to, standing there swaying, what do you look like?
Tennyson TC Coburn is probably around 30. Looks like the kind of guy who was probably into football a lot in his high school days, but then that didn't work out, so he kind of just went to sea. Then it was either go out in space and work as a roughneck, or get into used car sales. So he went up in space, and he regrets it every day since then. He's got a mustache and he's got a beard that doesn't quite fill in really well, kind of thing. And while he is in his boxer shorts like everybody else, he is wearing his work vest also with him in the thing. And as he starts coming to, he looks around and he thinks, oh, fuck. And then he just bends over and just starts vomiting bile. His bile just shooting out of his mouth and spills everywhere. Oh, fuck. Anyone got a Rolade? Oh, fucking heartburn. Jesus.
I got antacids in my kit, son, but you got to come on here and help me with this. She's stuck in this pod.
Oh, freaking hell. Where's the... what the fuck's going on? I stop fucking drinking. Oh, you got something there. Hold on, Grandpa, I'm coming. And he comes over and he'll help you open the pod and get her out.
So you open the pod, and they manage to force it open between the two of them, and you kind of just enough to where they can't open it all the way, but they can open it enough where you can kind of slide out onto the floor.
Yeah, I think she just kind of slithers out like a snake, a very long, pale snake, and just flops on the floor and instantly starts puking as well.
I get what you're feeling there, lady. You all right? And I extend a hand and help you up.
Yeah, I'm just a little claustrophobic. Just a little. That was...
The fuck you doing in space then, lady?
Well, I need something, Emmy, before I start answering any of your questions. Is there... And
Yeah.
she's looking around.
Elise
What-
is going to come over and move the offering from TC away and then hold out a cup of the protein drink.
She looks at you and goes like this and plucks the flask. I don't know what this is. I'm sure it's
It's
better.
some top shelf famous grouse.
That's not
She-
going to help.
She takes the cup from you and takes a huge swig from the flask and then chases it with the protein drink and hands both back.
I lied, it's Malort.
I knew it.
Told you that wouldn't help.
Yeah,
It's
He
fine.
dies first.
Look
Reg,
around. Does anybody else look like they're trying to get out of...
that's where I'm going to. Yeah, if they're
So-
doing the drink exchange, I'm starting to walk around the chamber and looking for anybody else stuck or anything else like that.
So, Dave, at this point, you are waking up. You are coming to. Your pod's already open. Your head is throbbing. Your chest tight. Your throat hurts. Normal coming out of hypersleep. Describe for us what you look like.
You see Hayes kind of put a scrawny arm, not a whole lot of flesh to it, but you can see sort of the musculature of it, and it's bony as he reaches down and sort of pulls himself with his feet hanging over the edge. He's in his skivvies, of course, and he's got this sort of greasy, slicked hair that's patchy, bald spots showing through, and he's got this on his forearm. You can see that he has what appears to be some sort of a strange tattoo that has been maybe marred or cut or has a scar over it, possibly. Again, as the legs dangle, they're skinny Certainly not the physique of, for example, a clown gripping bodybuilder or anything like that, but certainly someone who seems to be relatively at home in this condition. He gets up quickly, looks around, holds his chest a little bit, walks directly over to where his kit is stored, rifles through the locker and pulls out a pack of heaters, fires one up immediately. Oh, what the fuck is going on around here? And then he'll just sort of take it all in and see what's happening.
The alarm klaxons going off rapidly. Pod failure. Pod failure. And as you look around and see the fifth pod, it's not opening. It's filling.
Well, that's going to be a problem right there.
Yeah, I'm running to
I got
it.
the thing right here.
As you immediately move over, Spencer, tell us what you look like.
So inside this pod is a very round-faced, frizzy-haired, confused 9-year-old girl. She is completely covered in freckles all over her face. She almost looks a little bit too small for her age, but she's doing her best. She's staring out of the pod, terrified, looking up at all of you and just mouthing, "Dad," and starts knocking on the pod.
Water is slowly filling up on the pod, and across the front of it is just emergency flashing.
That's
Getting
not
in
good.
there with the wrench.
Go on, son, get the bean on it.
Get in there
Go
with
ahead.
the maintenance jack.
Make me a maintenance, heavy machinery roll, please.
Right, I get that +1 because I'm using the maintenance jack.
Correct. And you have 1 stress die at this point.
All right. What was that? Sorry, heavy machinery you said, or maintenance?
Heavy machinery.
I'm basically looking at Spence
I
through
got
the glass, and I don't know how much we can hear through it, or if it's muffled.
It's muffled, like someone outside your car trying to talk at you with all the windows up.
It's basically just eye contact, and it's look at me.
Yeah, I got it. I got a 6 and no ones.
A 6
Take
and
some
no
deep
ones.
breaths and hold
Am
it.
I gonna die in here?
Nope, yes, you
Likely.
ain't.
As you like get the maintenance jack in there and you just like wrench it open, it pops open, and as it does, the water-like fluid that was in there pours out onto the floor into the grates, and Spence just kind of spills out onto the floor.
What in the panic at the disco? There's a fucking kid in here? What the fuck's going on?
Where's my dad?
Oh, shit.
I don't know, kid, but I ain't your dad. Come on up.
Who's your dad? What's his name?
I don't see him here. His name's Bill.
Look around for another pod.
So it is important to note that when you went into these pods, there were no children in this block. However, now there is a child that is in this block.
I lean over to Libby. You think they kind of like fucking regressed in age as we were fucking traveling through space and time?
That's not how it works.
Are you okay? How much of that flask have you been drinking?
Fucking not enough. Sorry for the clang.
I'm gonna just look at Libby, like side eye at her.
She's like standing kind of like hunched over and staring back at you. And she glances around the room. Is there any like any computers, anything on the walls that she can
There's basically the functional terminals that basically control the pod itself and the various beds or whatnot. There is basically a comm link that will connect to the rest of the ship, right? And that's about it. Past that, it's lockers with your personal gear. There's a shower, but right now the alarms are going off everywhere. It's very loud, very hard to concentrate, very hard to shouldn't say see, but it's very distracting all around you.
Anybody know how to talk to the ship?
Yeah, you might want to check the manifest. You might be able to find this Bill guy.
Yeah, that's me. I need to get to my. And she's like making her way to the locker. She's gonna pull out her things.
Ship's only gonna wake us up for one of three reasons. It's either navigational, mechanical, or biological.
At that, bud, at your feet, rolling, is an empty canister with a symbol of Way U on it. It's approximately a 1 gallon sized canister, clear, cylindrical, top missing, locks released, and a clear, viscous fluid coats the inside and across the top of the lip.
Nobody touch this thing. Give me a second. I'm gonna find my kit if it's still where I left it. And put some clothes on. It's fucking cold in here.
All of your basic equipment for your character sheets, as well as your basic clothes, are in your assigned lockers. The only one that doesn't have one is Spence. Spence, however, at the foot of their cryo bed, finds their lunchbox.
Well, I'm glad this is still here. Is anyone else's throat really dry?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the raid, Gazumba. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I have a sip of this, kid. But I don't hand them my flask. I hand over like some protein thing.
You need a cigarette?
Get
Bud?
that out of her face, man.
Oh no, my parents said not to do that.
What's wrong with you, kid?
I don't know.
What's your name, kid?
My name's Spencer, but I usually get called Spence.
All right. Well, I don't know where your dad is, but I look around. I see Elise, and I'm like, she looks pretty motherly, and I kind of push the kid over to Elise.
You push the child over to Elise, and Elise like
It's not
backs up.
fucking.
Does not want to touch the child because the child is moist at this point from the liquid from the pod.
It's not an extraterrestrial. It's
It ain't a rabid dog. It's just a kid.
I don't do children.
I'm not going to be responsible for that either. Puts the cigarette out on the floor, and then I'm going to go to my locker, pull out my jacket. You can see it says Dr. Hayes as he pulls the jacket on.
Damn it.
I don't need any of you to be responsible for me. I just want to find my parents and figure out what's going on.
We'll see what we can do about that.
All right, get your what's that? Your lunchbox you got there, Spence?
Yeah.
All right, grab that. What you got in there? You got Twinkies or something?
No, not exactly. It's just my fun stuff my parents told me I could pack. They just said pack whatever fits in there.
They sent you on the ship?
Well, yeah, we all came on together. They
Oh.
said that we were gonna go to a new life on this planet, and they said that there are a lot of hills for me to run on, and because I really like running.
All right, we'll get you there, kid.
Spence, you went into habitat, like basically hab unit or pod unit 9G.
So I'm confused. Are there like labels on the pods that say anything?
So like the room above the doorway that you can see says 7D.
I just don't know how I got in here because that's not the same one that I got put in before.
Baggage handlers fuck up all the time, kid. It's just like a reality of life.
Well,
You're lucky you're
But-
even like fucking. in
That's
the
a
same
pretty
flight
big
as
fuck
your
up
parents.
considering the fact that these pods are attached to the damn ground.
it's weird too because like my lunchbox was with me. So how did I end up in did somebody move me while I was sleeping?
Look, I'm getting the strong vibe that none of us are from the flight command. Is that right? I mean, any of you officers? Do we know anything about what's going on here?
No, closest I get, former Marine, retired. About as close as I get to it.
I get that.
Is there any way I can examine the pod that Spence was in to see if there's any information regarding when she was put into the pod?
You sure can. Go over and give me an observation roll. Libby, you were messing with your hacking device. Are you trying to exit the computer?
Yeah, I've pulled my things out of my locker. I've thrown some clothes on, and I am trying to get into the terminal to get a reading of any kind?
When you pull it up, what you can get is you get basically a list of errors that are going on. You
Mhm.
see that there was critical pod failure. There was some sort of external factor that caused a short in the pods that caused them to wake up. There is also a registered hull breach on the ship.
Okay.
Past that, everything else is just kind of like, it says that you're in, it says that you're in the 4 of the ship in, basically sleep room 7D. It goes through and then it lists everybody who's supposed to be in that room. However,
Okay.
Spencer is not listed.
Everybody else is listed though.
Correct. And it all next to each one of your names, it simply says colonist, 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 colonist.
Okay. Would I know where to go to get more information, like via a computer?
Ship's bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, ship's bridge would have full passenger manifest essentially, as well as you would know, or if you could find a central terminal. But you didn't get a chance to really kind of move around the ship a whole lot when you were initially brought on. But a central terminal, which are there's generally 3 or 4 of them along the ship, especially on a massive colony ship. So either the bridge or a central terminal can help you.
What is it, Libby? Is that it? Libby is your name?
Yeah, Libby.
Is there any indication of whose pod this kid is in?
Would I know that?
It says William J. Harrison.
Ah. You said your dad's name is Bill, right, kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Harrison. She's in her dad's pod.
Yeah, that.
Quick question. What's your lunchbox? Do you have like a cool lunchbox?
It is it's like one of those metal memorabilia type lunch boxes with KuVenet from Hellraiser on it.
That's a cool lunchbox, kid. Do you like some weird
Thanks.
shit? Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
you ever
I
seen one
love-
of these before? And she's like instantly trying to distract her from like, hey, you're in your dad's pod. And she shows you her like little hacking device.
What's that for?
So I can look at computer stuff. You like computers? Like,
I'm really good with computers. I have one of those phones that you press the numbers and stuff on, so I think I'm like a professional now.
sweet. You and I, we're gonna get along, kid. You hang out with me.
I'm
It's
sorry.
fine. These guys are fucking
Cool.
weird. Hey, what's your name? She's pointing at you, Dave.
Hayes, Adrian.
You got another one of those heaters?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Got
cool.
a crushed pack of Marbreds. Holds it
She
out
takes
to you.
one and a lighter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sidle up to Bud while that's going on.
Thanks. All right. Well, so I guess the bad news, guys. The hull's been breached. Who knows what the fuck that means? But we
It means
We
there's a big
should-
hole in it.
Right.
probably, yeah, maybe. You sound like a professional.
I have a couple of band-aids in my lunchbox if it'll fix the hole.
Bigger hole than
that'll
that,
be
kid.
useful later.
It's gonna be a bit bigger than that, yeah.
You know what? Don't discourage her, okay? Look, she's doing her
said
fucking
it'd be
best.
useful
I'm
later.
doing my fucking best. We're all doing our fucking best.
Look, let's
all right?
not fucking panic here. We're all in this together. We got to get to the bottom of this. It looks like there's some potential casualties in some of these pods.
Can
Let's
I
keep
just
our heads
ask you
on our
all a really
shoulders.
important question?
Sure,
Of
kid, go
course.
ahead.
You all say that word a lot. What does it mean?
Which one?
Fuck.
Oh well,
Well,
see,
you see-
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a bigger conversation.
handle
when
this
two
one.
people really love each other,
Has nothing to do
or
with love.
sometimes for sport.
Yep.
It's a hobby, really.
Sometimes just because you're bored.
Yeah,
Yep,
exactly. They will get together and get this
Don't even
board,
really need other
and you get
people.
little pieces.
So
of
there's
it.
a breach in the hull, guys, and I think
Yeah.
maybe we should find a computer
Listen.
where I can figure out what the fuck is going on.
Let me look at
Like
let me look
shit.
at my kit. Let me look
Fuck.
at my kit and see what kind of med supplies I got on me. All right. I'll patch up any of those little scrapes and such. I'll get you something for them sore throats. While we're standing here, though, when you get your clothes on, make sure you take a shot of the potion. All right. It's gonna help you get your equilibrium back. Get some protein in you, and you need something to chase whatever that fucking malort
Right,
was that
potion.
came out of that. Yeah, you're gonna need something to chase with that though. Otherwise, you're gonna get sick all over the deck again.
We'll fucking chase this with this. Do you know where the hull breach is?
It
We
does
got, like, a
not.
floor plan?
The readout does not say. So, for lack of a better term, when you really kind of to give you a basic understanding or whatnot, you're essentially on a space-sized 747, right?
Mhm.
So, like in the actual cabin area where the passengers go, there's not a lot in there. Everything for that's important is at the very front of it and at the very back of it, right? So you guys are falling into that. As you guys kind of put all of your stuff on, I need everybody to give me an observation roll.
By the way, Kurt, I got 2 successes on that roll.
Okay, so on their pod, it looks as though it was moved. When you look at it, it looks as though the previous pod was disconnected and that this pod was put in its place. But as far as you're tracking along this flight, this is a full sleeper flight. The only people that should have been awake essentially would be the ship's android, the ship's cat, and Mother. That's it.
Kurt, how much stress do we have right now? Is there any?
You guys all have 1 stress.
Okay.
That's 3 successes for me.
Okay, cool.
Those.
2. If you have more than 1 success, you can bank those remaining successes for later, or you can use them now to grant you more information. One of the 2.
I'm gonna use them now.
Okay.
I'm gonna bang mine.
Same here. I got 4. I'm gonna use them now.
Okay, cool. All right, so y'all who got 4, right? You notice that the pods are of different, specifically the pods are of different make. Some of them look older than other ones. Specifically, when you look at Spence's pod. Spence's pod looks almost brand new, state of the art. Whereas the other 4 pods that are in here very much look older. When looking around the room as well, you notice that the ceiling grate that allows for the oxygen to come in is busted off. And more importantly, you notice that something has eaten away at portions of the controls on each of the pods.
When you say eating away, do you mean like an acid eating away at metal?
Correct.
Or
Okay.
Ooh,
Like
look at
teeth
this.
Or like teeth and claw marks. Yeah.
Acid.
Yeah, look at this corrosion over here. What do you make of this? TC, you're a bit of a roughneck, ain't you?
Well, I find that that's a little bit pejorative.
Fine, live with it.
Okay.
What is this right here?
Well, lean over. Oh shit, is there a leak or something? We'll look up.
And when you do look up though, right, you do see like there's a slight bit of corrosion near where the air vent was at.
Ah, shit.
What do you make of
Get
that?
away from this corrosion.
How is it?
Huh.
I don't know where the fuck that's coming from. Who puts acid on a fucking there might be like some kind of
Decompression in
Cargo or
5
something?
minutes. Please lock off sections G through H.
god damn it.
That
Basically,
isn't good.
Bud is basically finishing putting his clothes on. He's putting on his Hawaiian shirt last and his bulk and his trucker cap, basically. And I'm grabbing my med kit and the flashlight and turning around and looking at Libby. Libby, you was in there rooting around and you saw the manifest for all us.
Yep.
Did you see anything indicating what the fuck might have been inside that canister? Because that ain't usually in a pod room like this.
So I need a real computer. This
All right.
terminal is just a basic bitch of terminals, right? She's the most basic of the bitches.
Well, then
We
find you
have to
one.
find a real one. That would help me get more answers for you.
All right, then.
It would also
Well,
help if we solve the decompression issue that's about to happen.
That's
Yeah.
an immediate problem. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah. So a real computer would be nice.
all right.
I think we
Fine.
should
So-
move.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to move, but I'm gonna ask you. Forgive me if I'm too brusque here, but I can patch us up. TC, looks like you know your way around an engine room.
No, actually I'm a hat maker. I'm a haberdasher and a bit of a milliner.
Shit, we're all gonna
Yeah.
die.
I could come in handy then. If you want to give me smart ass answers, son, you can do that. That's all right. Anybody else? You work on computers? Anybody know how to fly this fucking thing?
Nah, but I'm gonna take a look at this canister quick.
Don't stick your tongue in it.
Don't touch it.
With your
Don't touch that residue.
When you look inside,
Noted.
right, you know what the clear viscous liquid is, right? It's basically used for transportation of biological material.
It looks like some sort of formaldehyde or something.
No, not quite formaldehyde, not like that. This is to keep whatever's in here alive. So if you could think of something more like amniotic fluid in a clear gel form.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize the vessel as like being an official sample?
It would contain a small creature or a decent sized piece of plant life.
And I've probably seen these before in my background or something similar.
You've seen one similar to it, but not this exact kind.
Yeah. Yeah, that's troubling. If there's something that broke out of that, there could be a contagion as well. Let's get this decompression thing sorted out. I don't think so, partner.
Kale, you know?
It's possible.
I'm gonna pop a toothpick. I'm gonna take another one. I'm gonna go to the kid. Here, kid, chew on this.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, they're kind of minty a little bit. You'll see, freshen your breath up. You'll feel like $1 million right after.
That's a lot of money.
I'm going to use my general knowledge of this kind of stuff and kind of figure out which way we should go, like which would probably net us the best chance of finding a computer or anything like that.
As you leave the sleep chamber, the doors open. And despite the issues that were here, it was still very much white, sterile, clean. And as you open the doors, you're greeted with strobing lights, klaxons, blood, bullet holes. As you look down the hallway to the left and to the right, you see several bodies lying on the floor, weapons discarded, blood smearing the walls. Something happened out here. Something very bad happened out here. The klaxons blowing, air vents blasting oxygen uncontrolled into the hallway.
I'll push the kid back inside the room. Stay in there for a second, kid, all right?
You're not gonna leave me here, are you?
No, don't worry about it.
No. Nobody gonna leave you.
Well, maybe we should, just for safety's sake.
Can I go
Hey,
to the
I
bodies?
can take care of myself.
Of course you can, kid.
Decompression's coming, so it ain't safe for none of us to stay here.
What was that, Elise?
Can I go up to the bodies?
Sure.
Same. I'd like to follow if I can.
I'm gonna. What weapons are on the ground?
You find you go up to the first body, and it's wearing this very white armor, which causes the blood that's on it to stand out that much more. You roll it over, and you see Wei security, and he has a pulse rifle sitting next to him, with a number reading on it 37.
I'm gonna grab that.
All right.
I'm looking to see. This is going to be such a duh question, but I'm looking for causes of death. Obviously dead, it seems, right? So I'm just looking. He was shot. Okay,
yes,
I'm making sure there wasn't anything else besides that.
His chest is riddled with bullet holes, despite him having the armor plating there, right? And you can tell that the armor took the brunt of it, but after so many hits, it's gonna get through, kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Any kind of radio on this person?
No, none that you see.
Okay.
His helmets, for the most part, most of the time in this kind of marine-like getup, the comms are in the helmet, and he has no helmet.
Okay.
I don't mean to make an obvious observation here, but we should probably hustle. If this thing decompresses and we're stuck in here, it ain't going to be good for any of us.
Yeah. Hey, Spence, come on over here. I need you to climb up here, and I'm going to grab Spence and haul her up. And I need you to put your face right here, all right?
Why?
You look at my vest right here. See my name tag here? You focus on that, all right?
Yeah, but you smell. I don't want to put my face that close.
The kid's got a fucking Hellraiser lunchbox. I think she's not gonna mind seeing some things. Like, she's gonna learn at some point, you know.
You gonna fucking pick her up? She falls apart and starts fucking crying, and you're gonna put her back together? No, I don't think you. So let's just get moving.
Would Elise know the general layout of this ship?
This is a standard colony ship built by Rolls-Royce. You've been on these ships before. However, this one has a slightly different configuration. What's odd to you, though, most definitely, is that there is something about this ship that is very different, given the state in which Spence's pod was compared to the rest of the pods.
Would I know where the bridge is?
There are literal signs that are hanging from the
okay.
thing that say like bridge this way, mess this way, what have you. And you are looking down one avenue, and you see at the far end where the elevator is at. Normally this ship has 9 decks. You are on deck 7.
Head to the bridge. Try to make our way there. See if we can get some answers.
Yes, sir. Lead the way. Let's not get killed.
Oh, that is the intent. Just remember, keep your heads on the swivel. Whoever killed these fellas here have guns. We don't.
Huh?
Yeah, don't worry about it, kid. It's all right.
It's gonna be all right.
As you push through and begin moving through, Spence, this is your first time seeing an actual dead body. Increase your stress level by 1.
Oh, good. Love that for me.
See?
Libby's walking alongside TC and just like chatting with Spence the whole time.
Are they sleeping? They look like they really got hurt to be sleeping.
Are you
No,
like
they're
horror
dead.
movies, kid? Are you?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Wow, Elise, really? Wow.
Oh, they're
yeah,
not
you're
for
certainly
real?
not the
Like
fucking
8.
motherly type.
She's 8. She should know what
Uh-huh.
death is by now.
Right. Yeah,
This
great
isn't some
job.
fucking deer on the side of the road that you hit with your
What?
pickup truck, and you're gonna step out and you're gonna bring your daughter to stand next to it to show her what the fucking cycle of
I
life
don't
is
have
like.
children.
One time I had a fish and it died.
Yeah, it's exactly like that fish.
Here's the thing, Spence, is
So-
you don't have to be so concerned about the dead bodies themselves as it is the motivation for the people that killed them, because it's likely they're going to try to kill us too, so don't worry about the bodies.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
good Lord.
Listen, Spence. This is all real stressful, and there may be some bad folks that are around, but you got lucky. You woke up around some of us that I'm gonna say aren't, and boy,
Sociopaths?
boy, does Bud have a look on his face that conveys maybe aren't bad.
We're the
Well,
good
we're gonna
guys,
try-
is what he's saying.
We're gonna try to keep you safe. We're gonna figure out what's going on. We're gonna try to find your daddy too. Okay?
I have an idea. Can we take the guns that they left? Because I watch a lot of videos of people that use them sometimes.
Give the
so
kid
I'm
a
probably
gun.
really good at
Genius.
it.
I think there was only one, right?
There was only the one, I think, wasn't there?
That was serviceable.
Yeah.
I'll hold
I'm-
it. I'm probably really good at it.
You know what? If we find another one, we'll talk about
Elise
that.
thinks about it.
I actually
At
take
least
a moment.
considers as a free action.
I just take a moment and look around to see where that gun ended up. And I see it in Elise's hands. And I know that.
So as you
Stand
make
behind her.
as you make your way over towards the elevator area, you're passing more and more of these sleep chamber rooms. And as you do, you see doors are busted open, blood on the sides. Some of them have weird claw-like marks. Many of the chambers are either empty or blood smears are through them. You look around and you see more and more people just dead, all suffering from odd wounds, gunshots, lacerations.
Is there any indication of how long they've been dead, Kurt? If I were to just take a
That's
quick
my question too.
glance.
The smell.
It is starting to smell.
I know we're on the double and we're
Yeah.
moving here, but
Mhm.
I am being a field medic. I
Give
want
me
to
a me-
stop. I
give me a
want to
medical
stop
roll.
briefly.
Yep.
The gunshots are self-explanatory. The lacerations,
hmm
that's what I'm worried about. Like, how big of a thing made that is what I'm kind of angling for.
Gotcha.
A fucking tiger on the prowl in the ship.
I mean, that's the thing. Is there wild animals on this as part of the manifest? Is there something?
We
or
do
is
know
it
that there's an
blades?
unknown living organism.
Maybe
was
it's
set
kale,
loose.
all right? Maybe it's just fucking kale.
So
the kale
you
grow
do,
legs.
you do know that on these colony ships, right? They
happens.
do bring things like embryos
Mhm.
for animals, right? That they can just kind of basically like add water when they get to the planet and they have
Gotcha.
livestock that they can use, right?
What did you need from me, Kurt?
I need you to make a medical roll for me.
I have a stress too, right?
Yes. Just let me know if you roll a 1 on the stress die.
I did not, and I got 1 success.
When you turn over one of the bodies that has a claw mark across its back, you notice what amounts to a coffee can-sized hole in its chest.
Damn. Immediately just kind of try to clock where Spence is. Not because I'm trying to patronize the kid or anything, but just I'll kind of put my body between that and Spence for the moment. I'm gonna lock eyes with I like TC at the moment. I'm gonna lock eyes with TC and just kind of give him that slow we ain't in Kansas. This ain't normal.
All right, let's keep moving, folks. Ain't nothing to see here.
As you get to the elevator, and it takes you up 2 decks. It puts you on deck 5. From there, you have to take actual stairs to get up to the bridge. When going upon opening to deck 5 is a drastic difference. Deck 5 is clean. There's no sign of fighting. No sign of anything. And as you begin to walk down, you come across the galley, the very well-maintained galley. And through the galley, you find yourself at the stairs leading up towards the bridge. Upon entering the bridge and closing distance with the bridge, though, the outside of the bridge doors are very bloody. And
No.
above it, written in blood, "It will be free."
Oh, that's ominous.
Doc, you got some antacid? I think my fucking reflux is acting up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either one of us. Wait, you're a doctor?
I mean, of sorts.
What the
But-
fuck does
What does
that
that
mean?
mean?
Yeah.
Like a medical doctor?
Hey. No.
No, not with that
studied,
bedside manner. Ain't no medical doctor.
No, I study xenobiology. I mean, but I do carry antacids. Here you go, TC.
Thanks. Is that like, you're like a xylophone repairman or something?
Kind of. Yeah. My team is here on board. You know, we're basically studying the plants and animals, looking for potential, medicine sources and that kind of thing. I mean, we're getting paid. We're getting paid by the company to solve some problems.
Well, right now we got a
Unfortunately,
problem.
this kind of problem here, I got nothing. This looks bad.
Is the blood, Kurt, like, does the blood look like it something that happened outside, or does it look like it's blood that got dragged from the other side of the
It looks like blood that was intentionally used to smear on the door.
You know, I have heard about situations with long distance travel that people kind of go batty, right? And
You have heard of this as well.
this is
That
Yeah, I
wouldn't
mean, this is
explain
a
why
great-
people are awake and going crazy.
No,
well,
I
if something
think the,
happened, if
hole
something
in the
happened to the
hull
life
probably,
support and the breach, the decompression, why it's us that's awake, I don't know, but there's
Pressure
probably
drops.
a reason for it.
Pressure drops, dehydration, loss of oxygen, any number of things can lead to a psychosis. But for now, why don't we just keep our eyes on the prize and we get her in front of a terminal so she can figure out what's going on?
That's right. We deal with Christmas after Thanksgiving. Right now, we got a fucking turkey to carve.
Let's see if we can get this door open.
Yeah, I got the thing for that right here, and I reach into my bag and I pull out a cutting torch. Y'all might want to step back a little bit. This thing is kind of like Grandpa's hose when he hasn't used it for a while. He can never know exactly where it's gonna fucking splooch.
Are you still holding the child?
No, I assumed that. I thought the child had never climbed up on
Child
me.
torch.
'Cause the child said you smell fine or whatever, so I assumed that Spence never climbed up on me. But
Listen,
Would
Smith,
my access card work on this door?
You can give it a try.
I'm gonna, as TC is preparing his cutting torch, I'm gonna try to use my access card.
As you slide your access card, the light above the door clicks green and it opens. And as it does, you see 7 bodies hunched over desks or hunched over consoles, full of bullet holes, slash marks, lights, alarms going off, hull breach, sections G through H, hull breach, sections G through H.
I'm gonna look at TC and hold up my access card and say multipass.
We got a VIP.
Where does one get one like that? Many years you gotta fucking be on your knees for the company to get one of those.
10.
Valid. I will step into the bridge.
All right. As you guys enter the bridge, right, you can see the consoles for the most part. Some are damaged, some are not. But from here, you have access to the entirety of the ship.
Libby is going to pass by TC and Elise, and as she does, she's going to make the comment of, I wonder what kind of gag reflex you have after 10 years, and she's going to move to the first console she sees and just shove a body out of the way and just start trying to plug in.
As it does, as you shove this body out of the way with an audible thud, it lands on the ground, and as you look at it, its eyes open and jaw dropped and distended, staring directly at you.
It's just like a movie. It's fine. Just like all those horror movies you watch, Libby. It's fucking fine.
How's your gag reflex?
Do you want to find out?
Hey, could
I'm
you
gonna
stop a
move
point?
past and go to a terminal.
Y'all can have a date when we're out of here.
You access the terminal?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to. I'm looking for like a manifest of the ship in terms of non-humans brought onto the ship.
Okay, cool. All right, so both of you give me a comtech roll for this one, please.
I'm gonna be scoping around to see if there's any weapons lying about.
We're still at just 1 stress right now.
Correct.
Kurt, I think Hayes is going to get on a terminal as well, but he's looking to see if he can figure out what the samples were that might have been in that jar. If there's any way to look that up in the system.
You will need a comtech roll for that one as well.
Okay.
All right.
That's 2 successes for me.
2 successes for you. Are you going to utilize both successes, or are you going to bank one?
I'll use both of them.
Okay. So when you are accessing it, you get access to primary functions at this particular. This is a captain's helm, right? So from here you have basic but you have basic access to all ship systems. And the number one thing that's flashing at you at this point right now, right, is basically hull integrity. And as you're going, you see hull integrity, you see camera feeds, you see engine status, you see crew status, you see all that kind of stuff, right? But the one that's flashing right now is under maintenance.
Okay. Is there anything I can do? Can I seal anything to get this to stop?
When you click on it, right, it says secure bulkheads, but then it says loss of sections G through F.
There's nothing I can do remotely.
No, from here you can.
Oh, okay.
But it's basically telling you if you seal it from here, it's gonna basically seal the bulkheads and then blow that chunk of the ship off. So it's no longer an issue.
Yeah, I don't ask questions, I do it.
Okay, cool. So as Libby's sitting there messing with it, you guys feel the whole ship rock for a moment, right? As hull breach contained. And out of the side of the window of the cockpit and control area, you guys see a large chunk of the ship just go floating off. And with it, you see what amounts to drop ships that were attached to it, floating off.
Well, shit.
Don't worry,
There
kid.
Go all
I'm
my
sure
fucking
your
Leonard Skinner tapes.
I'm sure your folks weren't on any of those sections. It's gonna be fine.
Wait, what?
Nothing. We just shed some excess baggage.
Hmm?
Well,
Sure
I
did.
guess that's a good thing. And while they're doing all of this, what kind of clothes are the people that are dead wearing?
They're wearing crew clothes. They're the ship's crew.
Okay. Do they have pockets?
Yep, sure do.
Spence is gonna start going through all of their pockets, and she looks up at Libby and
Ooh,
goes,
we're gonna give that just a moment.
"This is what we do when I play Dungeons and Dragons with my friends sometimes."
I love that kid.
What's a dungeon and a dragon?
Elise, what were you looking for again? I apologize.
Non-human organisms brought onto the ship.
As
I
you're
got 2 successes.
are you going to use them both or bank one?
I'm going to use them both.
As you're going through and you're looking through, it says embryo. It lists a whole line of embryos. Basic barnyard, chickens. It has, chickens, pigs, cattle, beef cattle, dairy cattle, things of that particular nature. And then it goes through and there's an entire section that says classified.
Am I able to access this?
No. When you go to access it, it says colonist medical personnel only.
I'm going to turn to one of the doctors. One of the whoever. Hey, you two. Do you have access to this?
What?
Maybe. What is it?
Classified for medical personnel.
I sure as shit don't.
No, I ain't either. I was on my way to Colony. I was going to get all my credentials when I got there. At least that's what the company told me.
Well, why don't you give it a try?
Sure thing.
Yeah, give it a shot. I'll give it a shot.
All right, give me a ComTech roll.
I'm going to sit down and try to put in like a login, I guess.
Okay. Yep.
Assuming we have one.
Yep, sure do.
Okay.
Kurt, I got
Did
a 1
find
on
any
my
weapons
stress
kicking
die.
around, Kurt? Sorry.
Hold that. What did you get, Bud?
Contact roll? Yeah, sorry. Got to do
You
stress.
good?
I have no successes.
Did you get a 1 on your stress dice?
No.
Okay, cool. So the doctor goes over and tries to access it. And in the process of access again, I need you to roll a d6 for me because you rolled a 1 on a stress die, which is inducing panic.
All right. This is where the lights are going to flash.
Because
Because I'm
Panic.
panicking. I rolled a 1.
1, your current stress level is you manage to keep it together. As you are going through and trying to type it out, your brain slips and then suddenly interface locked.
Well, shit. He's going to just pound the keyboard a couple times.
Great.
That didn't work.
Thank you so much for that.
Hey, for what it's worth, you asked us to try. We did.
Didn't expect you to lock me out of the interface completely.
You did your best, guys. I mean, considering the situation.
Libby,
Listen, we're all running hot here. And understandably so. But let's just be calm. We'll get through this one step at a time. We've all probably been in worse. We'll get through it. Decompression's done. We'll figure out what the hell the whole blood rotting is and all that, and we'll figure out what those specimens are. We'll be all right. I'm trying, Kurt, in this moment, to use my calming presence ability.
okay?
To at least get us all to take a breath and chill.
All right. So in
Be
this
still be pissed and stressed, of course, but
yeah,
just trying.
in this moment, right? Listening to Bud and the door being locked, realizing that it is the only way in or the only way out, and the relative safety in which you feel, you may take this time to relieve one's stress as you are basically taking a breather. Libby, as you, with your additional successes that you had, you were able to get through and access the ship's log.
Oh yeah, I'm reading that.
It's not a reading file,
Oh, it's a watching file.
it's a listen file.
Can everybody hear?
Yep. 'Cause
Okay.
It'll put it through the speakers.
Cool. I just turned it on. I'm not really paying attention to them. I'm in fucking Hackerland playing with my toys and occasionally glancing over at Spence and grinning as she's going through pockets of dead bodies. This kid gets it.
Spence, you are going to be able to add one more use to your lunchbox. All right. Captain's log. Captain Julie Nix of the USCSS Erebus. All the sleepers are stowed. Scientists brought on board, equipment locked inside to the storage holds, as well as the medical capsule attached to the underside of the ship. We'll set underway. Looks to be approximately a 9-month trip. Praying nothing goes wrong. Unusual orders for this one. We're working in cycles. One crew member must be up to accompany the various teams of scientists. Some sort of deep space experiments they're going to be conducting. I'm the third on rotation. First Officer Sarah Jennings is up first. See you in a little while. Yes, that was a calming presence. It worked on everybody.
What does that do? I'm sorry.
Reduces all your stress by 1.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Next one. This is Captain Julie Nix putting out an all call to any USMC ships in the area. We are being boarded. We are being attacked by what appears to be UPP recon specialists. We are unsure what it is. They're claiming that we're inside their space, but that can't be possible. We're still 4 months out from LV-937. This is Captain Julie Nix. Security forces have been woken up under emergency protocols. We're fighting hand to hand and room to room. 4 dropships have attached. Though they're claiming the UPP flag, they're not making any sense. They keep screaming something about a dragon. This is Julie Nix. We've been fighting him for the last 17 hours. They've made it to the bridge. We don't know who they are or what they want. They haven't seemed to be messing with any of the passengers. They're just trying to take the ship. We're unsure. Oh shit. They're getting in. Hey, Hanson. Hanson. No. Get away from there. And you in the background, you hear the doors blast open. We must free the dragon! Free the dragon! And then it cuts out.
Hey kid, you said something earlier about this Dungeons and Dragons thing.
Yeah, it's like a game.
Any idea what you do about a dragon?
Well, I mean, it depends what you're playing. If you're playing like a wizard, then you shoot it with magic, and if you're playing like a barbarian, then you hit it with like an axe or something.
What if you're like on a spacecraft out in the middle of God knows where?
Oh, I don't know. I would guess you would shoot it with a gun.
Where's the
Okay.
armory? Do we know where the armory is?
You can pull up ship schematics. And you see that the ship's armory is in the aft of the ship.
Yeah, I don't think this flashlight and this motion tracker are going to do a whole lot against a dragon. Just saying.
I've been looking through this room for like the past half hour trying to see if there are weapons, but Kurt's ignoring me because he doesn't like me.
Nope, there are no weapons.
Can I keep going about my computer nerdery? Because I
Yeah.
would like to start looking through. You said I could see the cameras.
Correct.
I would like to start cycling through those.
As you're cycling through, you're cycling through and you're seeing different decks, right? Several cameras at the decks. You see a medical wing, right? That looks to be, for the most part, unmolested. You see the storage area, and in the storage area in the aft of the ship, right? Something has gone amiss. Something has been torn through there. Boxes are toppled over. Equipment is kind of trashed, right? Chains are hanging down. Things that were stored, cargoes, been thrown all around. It looks just like a giant mess inside there, right? And you continue to go through. And on decks 7, you have no cameras. On decks 8, there are no cameras. And decks 9, there are no cameras. Except for one. On deck 9, you see one camera that is looking at, it says, docking ring. Connected. and the door is slightly ajar, and you can see, like, it's slightly opened, and you can, as hard as you're looking through, you can see a medical capsule.
Sorry, Kurt, you said what, deck 8?
That was
where
off
that
deck
is?
9.
Deck 9 is where that is. Okay.
As you continue to look through and watch these, I need you to make an observation roll.
Yep.
Kurt, are we currently sealed in the
Doors
bridge or the
closed
bridge
behind you.
right now? Okay.
Yep.
I heard about these UPP guys. They're pretty hardcore. I mean, they'll kill you for nothing. You're either down with UPP or you're not. You know.
What
So
is
s-
UPP?
The Union of Progressive Peoples. Essentially, they are, for lack of a better term, the China to the U.S.
Yeah, but
So
they're
they are,
not.
for lack of a better term.
But they're not typically fanatics, right? I mean,
No,
this is
they're
a
just
bit
another
strange.
government body.
This whole dragon thing. What the hell are they talking about?
Maybe they're just playing one really big game of Dungeons and Dragons, and they like really messed up.
Yeah,
Um,
kid.
could I make some sort of roll to discern if there's some sort of subset of the UPP going, like if I heard news or anything about that prior to boarding the ship?
I got a 1 on my observation.
Okay.
I passed the Malord around.
I take a healthy swig.
Same.
At this
And
point,
light up another
Bud
heater.
will take a small one at this point too.
That a boy, bud.
She'll fuck you up inside, but whoo, going down, man, takes your worries away.
That sounds nice. Can I try it?
No, kid. No. Look, don't
Oh.
smoke. Don't drink whatever he gives you. She points at TC. Don't say fuck. Don't say bitch. Don't do anything that we do, because then you're gonna end up like us here in the
But
future.
it was okay
couple
to
of
show her
dickheads
the
on a
fucking
ship with
hallway.
no idea what the fuck's going on.
You
The
ain't
hallway
got.
full of dead fucking bodies. That was all
As
right,
you-
because she's got a fucking lunchbox with fucking Pinhead on it, but she can't fucking like sniff.
Yeah,
the
but
fucking
wait,
whiskey.
this is like a, do as I say, but not as I do kind of
Well,
situation.
listen, we had to move anyway, and that's the way it had to go. Kid, you like bubblegum?
Yeah.
I got bubblegum in my kit.
Okay. Also,
ain't-
just so you all know, you're saying that I shouldn't end up like all of you, but I think you're all pretty cool so far.
Aww.
Well,
she
just
dies
get to know
first.
us a little bit better, Spence. Also, don't take candy from strangers. It's another one.
As you are taking that
Can I have some
I
swig
bubblegum?
tried to give her
of
a fucking
Malort.
cigarette.
As you are taking that swig of Malort, you're watching the feeds, and you see something move in the feed, in the far back in a shadow. Something resembling a tail. Only it's really long.
What room am I looking at?
You are currently looking at Deck 5, Aft, Science Lab 3.
All right, okay, science man, we found something for you.
What do you got?
A real long tail in the lab.
Oh, yeah, I
Deck
wouldn't have said
5.
that looking at you.
What the actual he looks over since. Frick.
She can handle an F-bomb.
Can I tell
I
what
think
it
I'm
is, Kurt, as I
figuring
look
out
at the
how to
video
use
feed?
it now.
I like that kid.
Kurt, if
I
I
don't
see
know what
this video
that
feed, can I get
is.
some sense of what it might be based on my knowledge of xenobiology?
This looks like some sort of animal with its... I mean, it's a tail, it's prehensile, but it looks like it's skeletal structures on the outside
Size?
versus the inside. It's difficult to say, but if you figure the bulkhead door is probably 7 feet high, this thing's hanging out at an easy 6.5 feet.
Well, there's your fucking dragon right there. Looks like this is an honest to God, what is it, Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, shouldn't you go down there and study it? Isn't that what your people do?
Can I want to see it?
No, you don't,
Fuck you
kid.
going
You don't
on
want
about?
to
You
see
been
this.
smoking up?
No, she looks down at her. No, you don't. Nope.
What are you
No,
talking
I
about?
do. What is it? What is it?
She starts looking at the screen trying to
I
look
mean,
for
if
the
the thing
tail.
is dangerous, she should know what it looks like.
Agreed. We should all be fully informed here about what's going on. Kid.
Well, it's not on the fucking screen anymore. And you're not going down there to experiment with fucking Captain Scientist.
Well,
So
what'd you see? What'd you see?
As you are looking at this, the tail pulls in and around into the shadowed doorway.
What
And
deck
there's
did
this
you
room.
say this was?
And then you
5.
see a sudden flashing inside there. And then you see another one of those white armored individuals running, turning around back, and you see the rip fire of his pulse rifle into the darkness. And then as he turns and runs, that same tail juts out and pierces him through his chest.
Oh, shit!
And yanks him back into the door.
And this is a live feed, Kurt?
Yeah.
Well, okay, we're all seeing this?
Yes.
Yeah, imagine we all probably at the sound of the talk, we gathered around it like kids
I
watching.
I imagine like Spence is just like on my lap and we're both just kind of doing this.
Kurt, I would like to
literally
make
had
a
a piece of
panic
bubble
roll.
gum I was handing Spence and was like, oh no.
What in the fucking 30
Everybody
seconds to
gain a
Mars is
stress.
that?
Cool.
We got Panic at the Disco. We got 30 Seconds to Mars. What's next?
What were you saying, Brian?
Well, the one thing I'm curious about, I was going to ask, but I just got heavily distracted, is just, are we still moving?
The ship, yes, you could still feel the ship moving.
Okay.
Did I just see something with a fucking tail out there? With
Oh,
fucking-
yeah.
Yep.
You were that man? Yes.
All right there, Zootopia. What's that mean?
I'll tell you, I'm going to make a panic roll, though, because that shit is terrifying for me. So,
Okay. Roll.
D6, yeah?
Yeah.
The xenobiologist scared of
And
xenobiology.
I ain't never
You
seen
add your
anything like
stress
that
level.
before.
The fucking irony.
Add your
4
stress-
total. 4 total.
4. You kind of keep it together. You're unnerved, but you keep it together. Yeah. He
that
just,
thing is big. It's obviously deadly. It's fast as hell. We do not want to go toe to toe with that thing. I don't care what kind of firepower we have, which is not very much, by the way, right now. I'm looking around and I'm not seeing a whole lot we can do except stay put right here and hope for the best. That's my professional opinion.
We just
Have you
watched
heard
it-
about Fury-161?
Rings
Yeah,
no bells.
Fury-161. There was a publication called The Dragon that documented an encounter with an alien creature.
Okay, and like
Like a
Like
dragon type?
is you just gonna give us the abstract here, or are you gonna give
No,
us
the
the whole
publication was
fucking
called
paper?
The Dragon.
Shit.
so at that, you guys kind of memories somewhat jogged and spoken in loose terms, right? There was the story of the dragon, which was a prisoner from Fury 151, which was an 161, which was an all-male prison, said to have encountered something demon, a dragon, as he called it, a creature of unknown origin that slaughtered the entirety, and he was one of the sole survivors of it. It said that he had encountered an individual known simply as Ripley, but that she died in the process in the lead works,
Yeah, it
and
does
that the
ring a
beast was
bell.
destroyed.
Yeah, but didn't they kill the thing at the end of, like, I remember that thing when that
Yeah,
came out, right? It was
yeah,
in the
and that-
fucking
that-
prison and all that.
I mean, that
shit.
whole thing was like a fucking ghost story anyway.
Yeah,
It
and they killed
was.
it, right? Like,
Wayland Yutani and several other members of the UA, the United Americas, said that it was nothing more than propaganda that was put out by the UPP to sow dissent and try and discourage those from going out and exploring and colonizing new planets, creating this mythological threat in space.
Well, we all know that the suits can be 100% trusted to give us exactly the correct information that we need to know when they're setting us out on some sort of a colonist ship into
and this one's
UPP
got a fucking
territory.
gun, and she doesn't even realize the fucking safety's on. A lot of good it's gonna fucking do her.
Do you want me to walk around with the safety off and accidentally shoot one of you?
As long as
Oh,
it's
for
not me.
Libby. When you're going through the feeds, did you see anybody else besides that poor sumbitch there that just got skewered? Did you see anybody else running around?
No, there's a couple levels, no feed at all. I haven't seen anybody else.
What do
As
we
you're-
know about the levels? Was it 7, 7, 8, 9? What do we know is on those levels?
Well, you guys are from level 7.
Mhm.
Like, that's it. Like, each one of the levels, everything from 4 below is supposed to be colonists and sleep chambers, right? That's the predominance of what those levels are, minus in the aft section on levels 8 and 9. That's the predominant cargo hold, which is holding all of the construction equipment, all of the laboratory stuff, all of the stuff you would need to initially build that colony. Everything above those, decks 4 through 1, that's all for ship. That's the ship's crew, ship's quarters. It's where the ship's science lab is at. It's where the mess hall is at. It's where all that kind of stuff is at for the actual ship's crew.
I'm gonna sidle up to Libby. Hey, Wednesday Adams. Can you tell where the ship is going? Like, are we still going where we're supposed to be going, or are we just drifting?
Can I tell?
You can. It says it's on autopilot. Mother has taken over control due to the absence of crew members and is continuing on course, as no threats of a foreign nation are detected.
Well,
Yeah,
fuck.
I relay that too.
Can I get on the
No threats of
terminal?
a foreign nature.
Sure can.
I'm not incredibly versed with these things, but I'm trying to pull up something very basic.
Yep.
And because y'all have Libby doing something, I don't want to interrupt that.
Yeah.
I'm looking just for one of the first questions that came up. Spence was in her dad's pod. Where was Spence's pod?
Section G.
Okay. Any
Got
notes?
blasted from the ship.
They got blasted from the ship. But is there any? I mean, Corpo loves their paperwork. Is there any annotations or anything, any kind of basic manifest as to why a move was made?
Give me a D6 roll. We're gonna have you make a luck roll.
Okay. 3, right down the middle.
Okay, cool. There's nothing that you can find specifically, but in the process of looking through this, trying to figure out more, you remember something. PDTs. Every colonist has one.
Yeah. That is above my pay grade, but at this point he will say it out loud. Shit. Why didn't any of us think of that? PDTs.
Personal displays of no, I don't know. I don't got anything. Where was that going? But-
Personal data transmitters, basically locator beacons that are surgically implanted.
Every
into
one of
every
us has every one of us has a low jack.
So how's that going to help us now?
Well, for one, figure out exactly how many people are still kicking on the ship. Last I knew, they could convey location and biosignature vitals.
All right, we'll get a hack
It's a good
into that
thought.
stuff. Can you do that Wednesday?
I have ways.
Well, fucking ways your way into it, darling.
Here's the thing, though: do we need to hack it? Not to
No.
take away your fun. No, I ain't saying it to Kurt. I ain't saying it to take your fun away, and I'm sure you could do it based on everything you've done thus far. You flash that card and walk straight into the bridge. Can you
Do you
look
want
it
me
up?
to use it for you?
Do we want you to get useful? Yeah, that'd be great.
What the fuck have you done?
Yeah, if she's got clearance, she could probably talk to Mother.
Look, the more information we know, the better. So let's
Yeah.
work together. Yeah?
Wait a minute. She turns and looks back at Elise. Shouldn't you be like barking down Mother's door at this point? Just
I haven't
saying.
felt
I mean,
the
we
need
woke up
to.
and everything's a mess. And isn't that the one you normally would want to talk to in this situation?
Did you want me to abandon everyone while the decompression was happening?
No. I just figured maybe you would have mentioned it by now.
Yeah.
You
since
guys
we've been
seemed
standing
very
around here
into the CV footage, so I didn't want to interrupt that.
Yeah.
Now's not the time for the fucking corporate doublespeak and the fucking like covering your ass. You're either fucking helping and doing what you can do.
Or
All
what?
right.
Or
I'm
what?
going to turn and leave the bridge and go head towards where I know Mother's chamber is.
Okay, cool.
Finally.
I'm
Jesus.
going to just sort of walk up to TC. I'm like, hey, man, we got to take it down just a couple of notches so that we can figure this shit out together. Okay?
I'm
yeah,
gonna
I'm
go-
down. It's just that
Also taking the
in
only
there.
gun with me.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
in there,
with
like-
her.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I
follow
think-
her out.
Maybe someone should be watching that bitch. I'm just saying
That's-
she's a little sus.
I'm literally walking out the door behind her.
Yeah, thanks,
Plus,
bud.
plus, none of us should be alone anywhere.
Yeah.
So
I'll go
Elise,
Elise.
Elise,
If she'll
and
let me. I mean, please don't shoot me.
Elise doesn't
Gun.
seem hostile.
No, she doesn't seem hostile at all.
The inner rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here, like a little
All right.
ball.
I mean,
So,
she's not
seems-
shown you guys any aggression. If
So-
anything, TC's the one that's been showing the aggression.
She seems strangely emotionless to me.
So, Elise and Bud, you guys head down just past the central cockpit area, down just a little bit farther down the hall, and you see Mother, the acronym for it, right? And the door, like, it sits there and it's got the key card area and right next to it. You swipe your key card and it just says access granted, and the door opens.
This a one-woman show. There are protocol here. I'll stand out here if you want me to.
Hmm. Yeah, probably best if you stay here. I'll be back.
All right. I'm gonna ask you a favor.
Yes.
I don't like them. That's why I'm a medic. May I please hold your gun while I'm standing in the hall and you're talking to Mother? I'll give it back to you when you come back out. I have
There's
low
a little
marks.
bit-
I got
you-
low marks in marksmanship for what it's worth. It's just
You see like the faintest glimmer of actual emotion spark in Elise's eyes. And she leans in, and there's a little hint of a smirk. Promise?
In this case, Miss Elise, I will promise you I'll hand it back to you.
She hands you the gun.
Bud will assume a watchman's position outside Mother's door.
And Elise goes in.
As you enter and the door closes behind you, Mother powers up.
Was the safety on?
No,
Bud
That's-
will remember that. Bud
that's
will remember.
that's a Marine safety right there.
Bud will remember this. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're good. You can ask Mother whatever you like.
I want to see like the logs. I want to see any sort of logs, especially from like the science team.
It pulls up a log. It says the bulk of the logs have been corrupted and lost due to the ejection of the module that was on decks G through H. You do find one log that was saved. Dr. Ramirez Aljar. The colonists are in hibernation, and the first team of observers is awake and beginning tests. Hosts from pod G through H are to be used for the in-flight experimentation, utilizing Science Lab Delta on in Section F, or correction, Section G. Medical will take over monitoring planet side and ensuring protection of the hosts and specimens.
Can I try to pull up any sort of priorities that Mother might have?
Priority-1.
Great. Great. Elise says that out loud. She's just like, great. She's also going to make sure that we're still en route to LV-937, right?
Correct.
Is there any further information about LV-937?
It is a Class M planet, prime for colonization. It is rich in uranium as well as iron, and it has large, luscious conifer forests, and is, for the most part, a temperate climate from the north to the South Pole.
Any other information on the specimens?
It just says Special Weapons Division.
Elise sort of quirks an eyebrow at that. Guess I can work with that. And then she's gonna leave.
Okay.
She exits the mother's chamber and sort of holds her hand out to Bud.
Bud clicks the safety, spins it. Get anything worth knowing?
Yeah, but I think that everyone should know, I would assume.
Fair enough.
And they'll make their way back to the bridge.
There ain't nothing good about this.
No, certainly
Nothing.
not.
Bud,
Mm-hmm.
in that moment, I need you to make an observation roll for me, please.
Can do. And we got to stress back, because of the stuff. Yeah. I do not have a 1 on my stress die, and I have 1 success.
As the doors are closing and Mother's information screens are powering down, you catch just the briefest glimpse of Special Weapons Division before the door closes and the lights power down.
Fair enough. I'll say what I say, and wait, I'll follow her.
Back in the cockpit, while this is going on, you are... What are you guys doing? What are you looking for? Or are you just holding tight and punching each other in the dick?
If we're planning on being here for a while, I think I've started like trying to clean up, moving some of the bodies somewhere out of the way, putting that away, kind of thing. Just kind of getting them out of view and whatnot. Just to kind of
in the process of moving the bodies around, you find several like access cards on chains, and everything is for the most part cleaned up. However, upon moving the pilot from his seat area, right, you see that the console for the pilot is all shot to shit.
All right, I'm gonna take any passkey that I find. I'm gonna take and put in the pocket for now.
Okay.
Okay, but the ship still appears to be flying fine. So, I have my 1 talent that I have, which is not. I don't know if that's what you want to, but it's not a roughneck talent that I have. But in any case, it's a spaceship mechanic. Could I do a roll, or maybe would I know like what this type of ship, how long can we expect to last on it? Like any of these details that kind of might be salient at some point. And is it a problem that this console's all shot up? Are there escape pods? Like any information like that I might know.
There are escape pods in the back near the engine.
Or did they all fuck off when we...
No, none of the escape pods have been triggered.
Okay. No, but when Libby blew up, dropped no, so they're still there?
Yeah.
And the ship, do I think the ship can keep going for a while? There's nothing... Like it'll survive.
As far as what you can tell, is the ship's essentially on autopilot.
Yeah, but like I feel like we're okay. Like the ship's not in danger of dying on us, or
no.
And the last question I have for you in that kind of respect is, from what I saw of the creature earlier, and what I know of this kind of ship, what do I think would be the safest place to fucking hunker down? Like, where's a place that's got minimal access, thick walls, etc., that we might be able to go and hunker down in?
The engine room. Engine room has one way in, one way out, and the thickest walls and thickest steel than any other place, because it's got to keep Like, if anything happens in the engine room, it's got to be able to keep it all contained.
I'm gonna go talk to Libby, but we'll see if anybody else wants to do something first. But then I want to talk to Libby for a second after.
Okay.
So Libby is currently kicking it with Spence, and she's like asking Spence what she found, and also being like, "Hey, what you got in that cool lunchbox, kid?"
Oh, you want to see? You want to see? Okay, so my parents just told me to take anything that would fit that I really, 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 really needed. So I only brought what I thought I really, 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 really needed. So, she pops open the lunchbox. So this I've had like forever, and hands Libby a yo-yo. And then I also have like a couple of band-aids in here, and then like pins that I sometimes put my hair back with. But maybe I saw one time on a TV show that you can like pick locks with them, so maybe we can use them for that. And then also I found this cool ring with a spider that you can wear. So I feel like you like this. Do you want to put it on? I feel like it'd look
That's
on
pretty.
you.
She slips it on. Yeah, it's pretty sick. I like that. I like your
Yeah, and
style,
then-
kid.
And then I found this thing like a long time ago. I was taking a walk with one of my friends, and I found this thing, and she pulls out a laser pointer.
Yeah, you should definitely like maybe shine that in Elise's eyes. I think she would like that.
It's kind of annoying though.
She's gonna hate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just like the really important stuff. I have like a flashlight also, and just like whatever else fits in here.
Did you find
What are
anything
those-
on those bodies?
Not really anything that exciting. They just had their weapons, and then I think TC took their cards that they were wearing.
Oh, you got some weapons? What'd you get?
Well, I mean, they just had whatever was on them, really. I didn't get to get anything cool.
Oh, bummer, dude.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for being so nice to me, because I feel like you guys have to worry a whole lot about having me here.
Yeah, no, man, it's cool. Yeah, I like your vibe. You got a good vibe for a kid. You know, most kids are like kind of just weird and they don't like cool stuff. But like, I saw your lunchbox. I was like, yeah, I feel like I can relate to you. You know?
That's cool, because everybody does say I'm weird.
Yeah, dude, me too. It's cool.
I feel like we're all weird.
Yeah, but like some of us might be weird in like a bad way, but like me and you, we're like weird in like a cool way. Like Tim Burton
Like-
would make a movie about us, you know?
But you feel like somebody here's like a bad guy.
I feel like that's yet to be determined, but in a situation like this, like you know how most horror movies go, right, kid? Like you seem like you're a fan.
Yeah, I know how it goes, and that's why I didn't really expect to see all of these dead people in real life, because I thought that was only something that really happened in movies. But I mean, like when we were walking down the hall and I saw all those bodies, I just thought of like all the movies that I've watched, and then I thought, well, who could be doing something like that? Because that's like a really bad thing to do to people. But then we saw the tail, and it's like, is it people that's doing it, or is it the thing with the tail that's doing it?
I mean, it could be both. They could be in cahoots, you know?
And Spence just has this realization of like reality sets in, and either way, they're on the ship right now, and this is not a movie. And she realizes that she now has to worry about this thing with the giant tail that she watched skewer somebody, and it was not a movie. And also the fact that people are completely like Swiss cheese on the floor with bullet holes.
Look, kid, as you grow up, you find that sometimes the biggest monsters are the people. And this is definitely a problem that was caused by misinformed people. It seems like fanatics that are into this dragon, I don't know, cult. This is
Yeah?
not just a
Is
random
that
event.
what we're going with, scientist man? Hmm?
It's not a random
Is that
event.
what we're going with? I don't
That's-
trust scientists, kid.
That's my working hypothesis.
Number one rule, she like leans down to Spence. Number one rule, don't trust the fucking scientist. They just want to
Yeah.
play with their toys. They just want to fuck around with the DNA and weird shit. You never know what the fuck. Don't trust a fucking scientist.
You
kid.
do
I
make a
don't
strong
trust
point. You make a strong
Yeah.
point. The whole reason we're in this predicament is because of science. So
Exactly.
I'd have to agree with you.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe let's not maybe let's not point fingers at just, oh, it's the other government. That's what they want you to think, kid. That's what they want you to fucking think. Really, it's
Well, you
the
got yourself
scientists.
wrapped
All right,
around the
put-
flagpole pretty good.
Put the red string away for a moment here. Look, you said you studied this shit. Like, you saw the thing on the video. Do you have like anything? Do you know what that thing is? Do you know what it can do?
It can kill.
Well, okay, yeah, but
Well,
like,
we saw that. We all have fucking eyeballs, last I checked.
anything else you know you can tell us? Come on, man. We're just trying to fucking like survive here, you know?
Yeah, we're just trying
Yeah,
to
I
fucking
mean, the
survive
bested
for
fight-
something.
There
Yeah,
we
that's
go.
right.
There
There it
we go.
is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good job, Spence. She like pats Spence on the shoulder.
That's
The
right,
best
everybody. We
influence.
win.
She looks up at Libby. Did I do it right? Did I?
You
say
did it right, kid. Yeah, I'm fucking proud of you, man.
Libby, as you
Cool.
say that, your chest begins to hurt.
Oh, I get a little bit of that heartburn.
It's the Malort. You want some more?
It feels like something's squeezing your ribs, pressing on your heart.
You
Yeah,
okay?
maybe. Yeah, there's another drink. Maybe some fucking got some like Pepto or some. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, I still got some of them antacid that.
Yeah. Bring them both. We'll do a chaser scenario.
Antacid
over.
created by science, kid. Keep that in mind. Here you go. You got yourself
Shut
a little
the
too
fuck
worked up, huh, Libby? Why don't you sit down and take it easy? He'll hand you an antacid.
You all right?
She takes the antacid and she just flicks it in your face, and then takes the fucking
Malort.
That's
the
mature.
Malort and just like tosses it back.
It's all right. I got more where that came from.
Yeah, thank you. I
Yeah.
like you. I like you.
I've been
Like
feeling
a-
a little off since we came out of the hyperspace
Yeah.
prior to, so
It's fucking. It's all the stress, you know. It really just like gets worked up in me.
that's what fucking like working for this fucking company is like all the time, man. Like, that's what people don't get. Like, they just like bear down on you and they just fucking grind you down, and you're out there
Yeah.
doing your fucking best. You're just
Grind
doing
into
your best,
fucking
right?
dust.
My mom says sometimes when I have that happen, it's called anxiety, and then wait, she told me to like do this, and then she
Spencer sits down on Libby's lap and wraps her arms around Libby's neck and takes one hand and just starts petting her hair.
This is what my mom does when I have anxiety. Is it helping?
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you need it, I'll just whenever you need me to do that, I could do that. For anybody, if anybody has the anxiety, I can fix the anxiety real good.
Yeah. Hey,
That's
science
alright.
man, you got another one of them heaters?
Ugh, fresh out, it looks like.
Well, that's fine. She pulls a pack out of her pocket and a lighter and lights one up.
We might want to think about trying to get to the engine room. It's going to be the one place that's going to be the safest for all of us to hunker down. And when you feel better, Libby, if you want to take a look and see if we can still access it, and if that thing's fucking prowling around out there.
Yeah, I think, that kid's worked some magic on me. I like that. And she is going to go back into the system and see if she can get any info regarding the engine room.
All right. As you're going to get into information into the room, engine room or whatnot, you see there's a way to get there, but it's going to cause you to have to kind of crawl through some air ducts due to the fact of the loss of section G through H. You're going to have to take kind of a bit of a roundabout way in order to get there, but there is a clear path in order to get there.
Okay. I relay that.
Yeah, damn it. All right, well, we're going to wait for Bud and El Capitano there to fucking come back, and
We're just skipping down the hall together at this point. That's all. Just holding hands, skipping.
We've bonded.
We've bonded now. Yeah.
well, if
Dave,
you walk back in, I'm
You're
like,
the
"Oh,
dad I
shit,
always
Bud's still
wanted. You're the
alive?"
daughter I always wanted.
Like, shit, Bud's still alive when you came back in? We're
Hayes,
fine.
your chest screams in pain, in fire. The room audibly hears a pop of bone as he falls to his knees, spitting up blood.
Fucking cigarettes will kill you, man.
Are the two of us back?
The doors open as you hear a guttural sound and the splorch and busting of bone as Hayes begins to convulse on the floor.
As Dave, right here on
As Dave.
stream.
Yeah, as Hayes begins to convulse on the floor.
Hey, buddy. Hey, bud.
I'm running to him.
And that's when we'll go to break.
Oh God.
Oh, perfect.
Oh God.
Oh,
That doesn't look like the anxieties.
His hair. Stroke his hair, Spence.
Don't fucking touch him, Spence.
Rub his
Oh,
beard.
God. Awesome.
Oh my
Weird.
goodness.
Here we go. Yeah, we'll take a couple-minute break and then we'll come back. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us and spending your afternoon getting goofy in outer space. We'll be right back. And we're back. Things are about to get real fucked up.
As you
they just
fall,
did in the chat.
as you fall to the ground, your chest feeling as though it's on fire, and every rib inside your chest feeling it crack and break. Hayes, blood spitting up. You all see this. You all see this happening right before you,
Mm-hmm.
and a sudden punch against his chest sends arterial spray across the room. Spencer and Libby, you get blood stains on your face and clothing.
I am grabbing Spence by like the scruff
Mhm.
of their clothing, and I'm sitting up and I'm like stumbling back and just dragging her along with me. Okay, well this isn't good.
Hey, Doc, I
What's
think he's not doing
happening?
well.
Bud with surprising speed is gonna look like a middle-aged linebacker going over things to get to him. And
As
kind
you-
of sliding in next to him to try to just assess what the hell is going on.
As you do, you get his shirt open just enough, and you see something punch against his skin, punch against the shirt, and his body's convulsing left and right as this is happening. And then, like, it sprays out blood all over your face and glasses. And as you try and hold him down, does anybody else do anything?
Somebody
Elise
come
has
help
her
me hold
gun.
his ass. Somebody help me hold him so I can see what the hell. What's happening? What happened? What'd y'all do?
I'm dragging
Spence
Spence
is-
towards Elise to get
Yeah,
over to
Spence
the
is,
lady
like,
with the gun.
I'm moving
Horrified
behind
about-
Elise also. There's no way if she starts shooting, there's no way I'm standing in front of her.
Spence is like horrified right now and only has the wherewithal to be like, I can help, and goes in her lunchbox and just starts throwing the band-aids over to Bud, like trying to throw them as far as they'll go.
All right, so
I'm just trying to assess what the hell is happening to him.
you manage to use something's erupting from him, and in that final moment, as you're just trying to do whatever you can, his chest explodes, blood everywhere, chunks of bone, his heart, blackened lung
My
fly
shirt.
out all over your shirt and everywhere, and this small creature emerges from the hole in his chest. In
Red,
that,
I think
Fire
it's
at
time to shoot.
in that coffee can sized hole.
I'm one former colonial Marine. I know when things are a lost cause as a field medic. I am as fast as you'll let my middle-aged body go.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally I am falling on my ass and kind of doing the plant the hands and kind of slide away from him and I'm just shouting, which I won't shout for our microphones, but Bud is literally like, shoot, kill that fucking thing, shoot it. And
I didn't need anyone telling me to shoot. I was already shooting this motherfucker.
I'm just glad I get out. I'm glad I get out of the way. Then we'll put it that way. You know.
Make a firearms roll.
Is it ranged combat?
Range combat, yes.
Cool. I'm not bad in that.
You also have an additional. Everybody gains an additional stress.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
Amazing.
Great.
Listen, we can talk later, and I can try to calm us down. You know.
3 successes, no one's on the stress.
All right, so you let that sucker rip up and through, right? And it punctures through Hayes's body, raking. You got 3 successes?
Yes.
It got no successes on its dodge. As you rake through, let's see, roll me 2d6, please.
It's gonna be 7.
You expend 7 rounds of your remaining 37 rounds inside the pulse rifle. And as you do, it goes through and rakes through this chest burster and hits it, causing it to damn near explode. And this acidic green spray falls over the entirety of the body, some of it landing dangerously close to Bud. And the sizzling sound of melting flesh and alien can be heard as it eats away through what's remaining of Hayes.
That's what melted the goddamn. That's what melted the goddamn hull? This thing?
I'm gonna turn to TC. Safety's off.
Well, thank fucking God for that. I'm gonna move slowly. I'm gonna go over to Bud. And I'm gonna kind of help him up, and then I'm gonna go over to the hole and see if it's the same kind of liquid in the hole that we saw in the. Oh, God damn it! Yeah, this is what caused it.
Hang on. Shit, it corrosive like that. Is there any chance I have anything in my med kit, Kurt, that could be like a base that could kind of neutralize this before it burns all the way down?
You have some materials that you could use to kind of like to base it so it doesn't like as bad.
I'll do that as quick and dirty as I can.
Yeah.
So.
You kind of like throw some kind of powder on it or whatnot, and it kind of gets it to stop where it's at. You know, it's still gonna burn, but it's not gonna be as hard.
All right, then. Well, just trying to make light of the moment as much as you can in this moment. Just kind of, well, I'm out of BC headache powder, so if y'all got a headache, you're just gonna have to live with it. But
Look at him.
I think a headache is probably the least of our concerns at this point.
I'm just trying to get through this. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life.
But how the fuck did the UPP bring this thing on the ship?
No, we did.
Libby, what's your stress level at right now?
2.
Okay.
Who's we?
Libby.
No. I'm answering Myriad.
Oh.
Who's we?
Wayland Yutani.
The company brought this thing on the ship?
Yes, and they infected the colonists.
So, wait, where? Us? You mean us, right? Us.
Yes.
I might have one of those.
We all might have one.
We might, if only way I know for sure is if we get to medical. If we get to medical, there should be materials and equipment down there. I might be able to take a look inside our chest cavities because that's where that fucking thing came from.
Why would they put those in us if we were all trying to go to the new place to start life over? This is killing people.
Yeah, Red. Why?
Above my clearance level, I'm afraid.
Did Mother tell you anything else?
Just that there were some of us who were chosen as hosts. We were to be monitored once we got to the colony. Nothing I couldn't access further.
Great. Remember that thing when I was saying I fucking hate scientists?
Yeah, this is
Well,
not.
ours
This
is dead,
not.
so don't worry about it.
This is not
Yeah.
scientists. This is the fucking company. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if I feel too comfortable with Red here having the fucking only gun we got.
We should probably find some more of those.
Based on the biggin. All right. It don't take being a medic to understand that, or being whatever fucking Zootopia goddamn scientist he was. I understand now that the little one's turned into the big one.
Perfect.
So now we're.
So there's one less biggin that'll be running around.
Now that I've seen like the main terminal, I assume I have like a general layout of the ship, Kurt. Would I
Correct.
know the closest place to find guns for us?
The central the core armory is in the back of this, in the aft of the ship, past the hab decks, or correction, the hypersleep decks.
Mhm.
But there is a security station on deck 4.
How far is that from where we're at now?
You'd have to take the elevator down to the 4 decks, and it's centrally located along deck 4.
All right, there's security deck 4. We just got to take an elevator down. There should be
So-
some weapons in there, hopefully.
So get weapons. And please, by all means, we're in this together now.
I mean,
Wep-
there's got to be escape pods, but
There's got to be.
Yeah.
But where are we going to escape to?
There are escape pods that we can.
who knows
reach,
who the
but-
fuck's infected? I don't want to take this
Exactly.
home.
That's what I'm saying. If we get weapons and if we can get to medical, at the very least, they got to have a goddamn X-ray down there. I can at least take a look at each one of us and see if there's anything inside of us.
And
And then we
what's
either
gonna
decide to
happen? We're
hunker
gonna
down or
shoot
get a
whoever's
pod.
got something. We're gonna shoot them in the head. Is that what we're gonna do?
I mean, unless I can figure out a way very quickly to neutralize whatever's growing inside somebody. And
The
if I
kid
can't
has one
do
of these
that,
things inside of them. You're gonna shoot the kid in the head.
we ain't got
What?
that. We ain't got that far, TC. Damn.
I'm just saying, you got to be fucking thinking about that, because that's what's gonna. If we go down there and we start looking at this, and some of us are infected, that's what we're gonna be looking at. And
Okay.
whoever fucking gets under that microscope and comes up as being infected is not gonna like it.
Are there any
No,
more
not-
cryopods on the ship that would be available?
Oh, there's whole decks of them.
Which is
Are
exactly
they
where I was
available
going.
though?
Won't really know unless you go and look.
Okay. If we find
He-
out one of us
basic-
is
I was gonna say, basically the PDT readouts, right, that he could see,
Mhm.
was still saw some people inside cryo beds, some people not, large clumps of them in areas, but that's about it.
if we find out that one of us is infected, we can put that person in a cryopod.
All right, well, let's get moving, because those things look like they fucking hatch pretty fucking quick.
Yeah, we don't know how long it was in him, but seems like it's fast, whatever it was. And we don't know how long it takes the little ones to turn into the big one. And to be honest, I don't want to find out. So sounds like we're
Go,
going to look for
get in the
guns.
elevator.
All right.
As we are heading towards the elevator, I'm just gonna pull Bud aside quickly, and I'm gonna say, "Look, not for nothing, but Libby was complaining of chest pain, say like just 30 seconds ago. Just
Really?
keep an eye out."
All right. We'll keep an eye on her. It could just be stress.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
And I'll say this real quick if we're kind of doing the just talking
Mhm.
low as we're moving, I'll ask it very quickly. Before he started convulsing on the floor before we came in, was he acting strange at all?
I mean, that guy's been acting strange since he got fucking thawed.
I mean, fair. He was honestly, he was just a douchebag.
No,
But-
it was like 0 to horny in 2.5 beers, man.
Did he physically show any signs? Was he bleeding from anywhere in his head? Anything
He
strange?
started sputtering up blood. The amount of smokes he was fucking puffing up, I thought maybe, the lunger's fucking going, but
Maybe.
he started convulsing, then he started, he wouldn't say convulsing, he started shaking, then he started coughing up the blood, and then it was right on. It was fucking.
You're saying it was seconds, not minutes.
I'm saying it was fucking, disco right away.
We got to get guns or what we can get, and we got to find out if any of the rest of us have one of those things in us. Because if she's got chest pains, if that's the incubation time, If any of the rest of us have one, it's gonna happen quick.
Yeah. All right, let's get going.
Keep an eye on Red.
I've been doing since the beginning.
I saw something on the screen when we was in there. The doors were shutting.
What was that? What you
Wayland
didn't go in
Yutani's
there?
bioweapons division. No, I actually stayed outside just because I didn't want whatever it was to catch.
the
I
whole
didn't
point of
want to-
fucking going
I didn't
there?
want us to catch us both in there, TC. Once you go into Mother, there's no way out. You know
Yeah.
that just as well as I do.
Yeah, I know.
She gave me the damn gun. She at least did that. So she ain't completely fucking heartless.
Did you
but-
see her face when she was telling us that she fucking like her and her fucking elk did this to us, man?
Well, she's corpo. What do you expect?
Yeah, like fucking ticking boxes on a fucking
All I'm saying is
spreadsheet.
I saw something on that screen about a bioweapons division.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right, let's go down.
we'll sort it when we all get out of here.
You're the
Bud
whole
says
fucking
that in
guy.
a way he 100% believes it. We'll sort it when we get out of here. Yeah. That's it.
As you make your way to the elevator, going down, elsewhere in the ship, something stirs. Something catches the pheromonal scent of death of its own kind. And while it was slumbering, it was sleeping, having freshly eaten. It is now awake and moving, seeking out the source of its kind's death.
Point to Red.
Everybody else takes one step back away from Red.
Dave,
There she is, Officer Gitter.
as you begin to move through the air ducts, following this trace, this scent, these pheromones that only your kind release upon death, moving with a quickness, a speed no human could match, you find yourself glaring down through a grate. These extra senses, these not human senses, perceive the world in a completely different way. And you see them moving as a group down a hall. The klaxon alarms in the hall still going off, but you are focused.
Like a predator, I will assess which one of them potentially looks the weakest, the most vulnerable.
As you're looking at them, one of them smells different, smells familiar. And one of them smells wrong. You guys find yourself at the security station, thoroughly looted and gone through. There are still a few items laying about, though.
Oh, man. No, we already left. Never mind. I won't try to retcon that. I wanted to grab Dave's motion tracker.
You can, sure. You could have grabbed Dave's motion tracker.
If it was laying there on the ground, it'll serve us more than it'll serve him. So,
All right. By all means, grab Dave's motion tracker. As you are there tuning through, moving it around, you see a beep. But then
That
it
ain't-
stops.
and I'm sure it's not us.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't us.
What are you talking about?
Motion tracker. Are we talking full like to one of the
No,
pulse
like
ones,
it's
or it's one of
like-
the old ones?
Like Alien Isolation, where it's just voop, voop,
Oh, nice. Okay.
voop.
Other doctor. Hayes, he had a tracker, motion tracker. It'll pick up movement up to a certain degree. They ain't real reliable, but at least it's something.
And where's it now?
Behind us, in front of us. Which way, Kurt?
It stopped. Like you turned it
Oh,
on
it
and
stopped.
you sweeped, and like it had a briefest of movement, and then it stopped. And it's like it's not there anymore.
It stopped moving. I don't know.
Must be watching us.
That is frightening in its own right. If this thing is smart enough to track us,
Yeah, but how is it tracking us?
I don't know.
Scent, probably. It's an animal.
Scent, movement.
God
I
damn
saw a
it.
movie. I saw a movie one time where a big old toothy mouth lizard thing could only see when people moved and shit. So
But maybe can it smell us though?
maybe.
Because we're all covered in blood.
And it doesn't matter how it's following us. Shit.
Anything in here we can use?
So as you're looking through, you find one revolver pistol with about 12 rounds of ammunition. I will give you those stats here in just a moment.
One of y'all take that.
You find one 357 Magnum revolver.
Libby will take it from Bud.
Who's going to be the ones to take it?
I'm taking it.
Okay, I'm going to DM it to you so you have the stats for it.
When
Thank
Bud
you.
gives it to Libby, I look at Bud like,
Well, I'll say this in the interest of just like the narrative. Probably is if I was looking through the closet type stuff, I probably just found it and handed it back, and whoever grabbed it. So.
And you find one Armalite 12 gauge pump action shotgun with 8 rounds.
Which I do deliberately hand to everyone who has to have this.
The child?
I give it to Spence. No, I give it to TC.
How many rounds does the Magnum have?
You have 12 bullets for it.
Okay.
what was the shotgun?
I'm sending it to you now.
Taylor
Come
looked-
on,
Taylor
let
looked
me
at-
have one.
Taylor
And
looked
you
at
have
me
8
like,
bullets
I
for
remember
it.
this.
Libby's gonna look down to Spence, and you just stay real close, all right?
I'm the only one without one now.
Yeah, well,
I ain't got a
I
gun
don't
either.
think your
As-
tiny body could handle the kick on this thing anyways, so.
As you are handing out and talking amongst yourselves, the lights in this section go out, and the emergency red light clicks on. And you hear power loss in section D. Power loss in section D.
Great.
What's in section D?
You
Us?
Oh, god damn it.
increase your stress by 1.
Freaking out,
I have
man.
so many stress dice right now.
I'm freaking out.
How many you up to?
I'm at 4.
Oh, that's nothing.
I'm sitting at 3, and I'm nervous as shit about that. So
as you are standing there looking out, everything clicks off. Beep 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 beep
which way?
above.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm not gonna shout. I'm used to stress in the field, but I'm just gonna say it where everybody here hears me. Kind of do the slow look up. It's in the goddamn air vents.
Thud 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 as it moves around in the air vents above you.
I will definitely shoot at wherever the sound is coming from.
Okay.
I support this idea.
Go ahead and make a ranged attack.
It's not gonna go well.
Here we go. As you fall back and instinctively pull the trigger up into the air vent.
I got 1 success and no ones on my stress die.
Okay, cool. So as you fall back and shoot the shotgun.
Sorry, make that 2 success. I forgot to roll the bonus dice for the shotgun.
Say that one more time.
I said it was 2 success. I'd forgotten to roll the 2 bonus dice for the shotgun. So I got
Got it.
one on that.
So you've correct, Dave. You fire off, right? Dave, I need you to roll your armor.
His armor is doubled. With my extra success, where's the ranged?
I'm rolling that many dice, Kurt, as it says on the list. Okay.
Yep, for your armor, and then the number every 6 that you get negates one of his damage.
Okay.
And for my extra dice, instead of extra damage, I would like to do the opponent prone or pushed back. Like basically, I'm trying to shoot to like make it kind of fuck off.
3
Get the
success.
fuck out of here, alien.
Okay, cool. So your armor takes it, and you kind of instinctively retreat back, and you guys can hear it retreating back and away.
Let's move. Go, 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 go. Opposite direction. Let's go.
DC, or TC rather.
DC from DC.
Yeah, DC. I need you to make an agility roll, please.
TC from Tennessee.
Is it
Do I
dark
roll the
right
stress
now,
dice
Kurt?
with, the
Completely
agility
dark?
roll?
Yep. They've got the red lamps going. Like basically it's emergency lighting that's going on in here with the red lamps.
I got 3 successes and no ones on the
3 successes?
stress dice. Yeah.
All right. So as you took this shot and fell back, some drops of acid barely miss you and hit the ground next to you, and it begins to.
Jesus fucking Christ! We can't even shoot them.
Yeah, that's gonna be a real problem. Remembering, I'm gonna look in with the emergency lighting on and everything, and it happened really fast. I'm gonna pull out the flashlight that's on my sheet
Okay.
and basically kind of click that on and just at least give us some light, a little more light to be able to see.
All right.
Are we running? Because you kind of said go, go, go. Are we all
I'm saying
turning
like,
and hauling ass?
Fucking get the fuck out of here. I start backpedaling.
You guys start hauling ass.
Yeah.
Each of you.
With the group.
Only thing I'm wondering is if there's a part of me that wants to try to reach down and not scare her, but there's a part of me that wants me to reach down and basically put Spence kind of up over my shoulder. But Spence likes to run, so maybe she can keep up with us. You know,
Everybody make a mobility roll.
Mm.
Three. Okay.
1 success, no
Okay.
ones on my stress die.
Thank
Ooh.
you.
No
Same
ones on my
here,
stress
One
die.
success, no ones.
1 success.
3 successes, no ones.
Okay, cool. All right, so as you you guys all begin to haul ass, Spence is keeping pace. She's just like, I do this all day. What are you talking about? Whee! Right? As you're running, but you're kind of running blindly at this point. So where are you going?
Medbay?
I guess it just kind of depends on what signage we saw.
I mean,
But-
Medbay is on this level, so you can head towards Medbay, but you also see that this will also take you to engineering if you continue down this hallway.
Where are the escape pods again?
Off engineering.
They're off engineering. I guess running towards medical.
Guess we're
There's-
heading towards there. Did
Yeah.
someone not roll a 6 on the mobility roll? Did everyone at least 1 6?
Yeah, everybody at least got one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So as you guys are hauling ass towards medical, Dave, you are in pursuit. But as you are moving, you sense another. And as you stop in the corridor, another one passes in front of you. and then you continue on.
What I would like to do, I mean,
Yeah.
how much agency do I have as this alien right now?
For the most part, you are pursuing them.
Okay.
You have your orders, for lack of a better term, what you are to do.
I'm gonna make an attempt at some point as they're running down the hall to take out the one in the back of the pack. Whoever's in the back
Okay.
of the pack.
So that would be either TC or probably Bud, one of the two.
Whichever. Well,
Alright.
actually, so I will race up and I will assess the situation and I will
Okay.
look at the two of them, and with my predator-like assessment, I will look at them both and I will go after TC.
Sounds good. All right. So TC, as you are running and whatnot, you look and you see this darkened form running, spinning up and around the walls as it is spiraling towards you, and it is charging and coming at you. Now, you two are going to roll initiative for each other. Each roll a d10. Dave, you will roll 3 times.
If anybody's curious about the motion tracker, it's right there. So
Oh yeah, it's very much. You guys can all hear that beep 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 beep. Okay, Bleak, what did you get?
I got a 10.
A 10. Okay, cool. So you can go first. What do you do?
Well, I banked. I see this thing coming towards me. I am going to. I am going to wait kind of at the last second as it's coming towards me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to jump forward. And so, like, when it comes at me, I want to kind of try to jump forward to kind of have it go past me and kind of jump down around, like, behind it to get on the other side of it. That's my whole thing. Like, I'm just going to kind of sit there and wait. I remember from when I was a football player, like, you know, just fucking sitting there and waiting for the thing. And then at the last second, kind of duck down and try to get so that he clears me. And
You have one additional stress added for the severity of what's going on, and I need you to make a mobility roll.
So I banked 2 of my mobility earlier, so I'm going to take those 2 successes now.
Okay. So you bolt past him, or you jump past him. Dave, what do you do?
Drop down. In fact, dropping down in front of Bud. Take a look, and then lunge for TC.
Okay. So you have 3 actions that you can perform in this eerie red light that is here. You are actually getting your first look at this thing with its elongated head, its spiny back, what appear to be smokestacks that come off of its back, long, spiny, spindly tail, easily 8 feet in length from head to tip of tail, as it looks around at you all and lands in front of Bud and then immediately redirects its motion towards TC. Make your attack.
What am I rolling here?
You are going to be rolling 6 dice for the attack.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
And because I haven't played this game a bunch, so I may be reaching beyond my reach here. If this thing dropped in front of Bud and assessed, saw TC in the gun and is lunging for him, presumes that he's kind of lunging past me.
Mm-hmm.
Again, ex-football players are going to ex-football player. Is there any chance that Bud can lower his shoulder and just basically try to hit this thing and maybe get its attack off some?
Not at this time. So basically the reason the alien gets 3 actions for players ever getting 1 is to reflect how fast they are.
Gotcha.
They are beyond human speed and they're fast. And
so my body was willing.
Yeah, your
my
body's
spirit, my spirit was willing, but the body wasn't good enough. Gotcha. Yeah. My knees are old.
That middle age catching up with you.
Right?
Oh.
I wanted to
How
help you, TC.
far back is Spence from all of this happening?
Probably about 15 feet. That's
Can-
if you stop. That's if you stopped running.
Okay.
3 successes on the attack.
3 successes on the attack. All right, cool beans. So with that, you need to roll on that handy dandy little chart that's right there.
Yep, at the bottom of the page there.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. 3.
Oh my god, hang on. Let me look at it.
Don't I
real
get to
quick.
like attempt to dodge
okay.
or something?
You will here in a second.
Okay.
No, you get to die.
The reason is because I have to see what it is that he rolled to see whether or not.
Yeah, no, I got you.
See here. Yes, you can attempt to dodge with your agility by taking an additional stress.
All right, well, I will fucking do that. It's getting ugly up here, folks. Thank God I got a lot of these fucking dice. Hold on. Just agility, non-mobility?
Oh, yes, you add your mobility to it. I
Okay.
apologize. Yeah.
All right, so I got 4 successes, but 1-1 on the stress die.
Okay, so you immediately panic by getting a 1 on the stress die. Roll that d6 and add your total your overall panic to it.
Sorry, say that again?
So roll the d6 and then your total panic, what that
Stress.
number, or
Okay,
stress
7.
rather, 7?
7, yeah.
Okay, so everybody's stress level increases by 1 to include TC's.
I'm like, oh my God. Holy
As
fuck.
you are
Probably both of us screaming bloody murder.
as you have something of a nervous twitch, you take 1 damage, and you gain an additional stress from this and make an additional panic roll as it grabs a hold of you.
Remind me how I do the panic roll?
You're going to roll a d6 and we're going to
add it to my total?
Add it to your total stress.
And I'm going to drag him away.
Yeah.
All right, 8. Oh,
8.
sorry, 9.
You mine.
All right. You drop the shotgun. In your panic state, you drop the shotgun as you are beginning to be drug away, screaming.
Spence hears the gun drop
Uh-huh.
and turns around, realizing that TC is about to get hurt, and takes out her laser pointer and just like desperately starts trying to shine it in the thing's eye.
It will have no effect.
Fuck.
That was a good
Thought
thought,
maybe it
though.
would get
A for
mad and
effort,
get-
though. It's
Like
not
a cat. It's like
It's not. Oh shit!
It's one weakness.
Just out of nowhere, just.
So this thing literally has a hold to TC and is trying to drag him away.
Yes.
trying to. Doing
You
it,
see-
pal.
Yeah, like doing it. He is literally doing it. That is what he rolled. And he is dragging TC. TC, you're gonna have essentially one more round where you're kind of like fighting with him. He's gonna make a roll to see whether or not he holds on to you, or if you break free, he will get an attack. So, so how do you wish to proceed? You can.
I wish to grab my cutting torch and fucking laser through his the hand that's grabbing me.
Okay. Alrighty. That fucking sounds dope as shit. All right, so you're gonna use heavy machinery on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll use heavy machinery for this particular roll. And then okay. Go ahead and make it.
At this point, I gotta swap out my regular dice color with the stress dice because I have so many fucking stress dice.
Yeah, there we go. Let's get a panic roll.
All right, hold on. Let me just look at my character sheet for a sec, real quick. So you said a heavy machinery, right?
Yeah, because you're using basically construction
Hey,
equipment.
thanks, Vamp. Appreciate the gift subs, buddy. Thank you for the support.
Okay. Well, wish me luck.
Good luck.
Okay, no ones at all anywhere, so that's a good start. So I'm looking for 6s. I got 2 successes
Okay.
and no ones on anything.
Okay, cool. All right. So, Dave,
Yes.
You are going to attempt to hold on to him.
Yeah.
So you are going to roll 8 dice to hold
Yep.
on to him.
Okay. Three successes.
Okay. Bleak, he holds on to you and continues to drag you. Do you continue to fight?
So
Give
I
up.
hit, but it does nothing to him.
It does, but he's holding on to you. He's like you're hitting him. It's not causing him to release because he's rolling to see whether or not he's holding on to you specifically. So you will do damage and he will soak it. But what I'm trying to ascertain is, are you continuing to fight or not?
Yeah.
Hey, you could just be like, fuck it, I'm done. You know what I mean?
Just let it happen.
No, man.
Just
Like,
let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Let
He's
right?
like, fuck that noise, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep trying to torch him.
All right,
genius.
so roll your armor. This is technically against fire, so you're going to be rolling 5.
But 2 successes and it's a 3 damage.
Mm-hmm. Dave, you're
Yeah,
going to roll
sorry.
5 against it. Sorry.
No successes.
So it does a significant amount of damage to you. It does do 3 points of damage to you as it begins to cut into the side of your head.
I was trying to cut the hand that was holding.
Oh,
it.
sorry. As you well,
The tail or whatever is grabbed.
okay. All right, so it's beginning to cut into your arm.
Okay.
Do you drop him?
Fuck no.
Are you going to
I'm
go for
hungry.
an attack? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, dude, so you watch as the jaws of this thing open wide. Do I have to roll for this?
Yes, you do need
Okay.
to roll for the attack type.
All right. Come on. I did roll a 6. So the jaws
Okay.
peel back.
Or that little thing that comes out.
Yeah,
like in
this
the thing.
deadly inner jaw starts to come out right towards your head, pal.
All right, you are going to roll 9 dice
Ooh.
at 2 damage per.
I might be your lucky day. I rolled 1 success.
Okay. All right. You need to try and soak with your strength.
What's up, Curtis?
I got 2 successes and I got a 1, but it's not on a stress die.
Okay, it only matters if it's on a stress die.
Okay, so I got 2
Okay.
successes.
Okay, all right. So, it goes out and it tries to snap at you, and it does friggin' 1 point of damage as it basically you manage to kind of reel back a little bit, but the mouth comes out and snaps at you, taking a small chunk out of your chest muscles.
God damn it! I'm not the one who needs the antacid.
What is everybody else going to be doing? At this point, everybody else can react to this.
I'd like to grab the shotgun and try to help TC. Since if I imagine if I'm the closest one,
Yep, you
where I
are.
tried to push and couldn't, I'm gonna
Yes,
try
you
to grab
are.
the shotgun and help.
Okay, everybody else? Are you continuing to run, or are you turning around to help?
I'm moving.
The hesitation is the most.
I have got Spencer again by the scruff, and I am trying to run and drag Spence.
Yeah, at this point, really, Spence is just holding on to Libby for dear life, and wherever Libby's going, Spence is going.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Elise?
I don't care for TC, so
Look,
Let's be honest.
Be fair. You don't care for anyone. Let's be fair.
She doesn't like any of us, but I'm still
especially not you,
following her.
though.
We bonded.
Not that
And
much.
you can run with us, but you're choosing to stay behind.
True.
Sorry, medic's got a medic. I can't leave him. No.
You three just haul ass. Bud, roll a d10.
D10.
I love playing a medic in this game. So
10.
10?
I don't know if
Okay,
that's good
cool.
or bad.
No, it's okay. It's fine. So at the start of this round, all right. Now, Dave, roll your 3. TC, roll your 1.
7.
7.
What am I rolling?
Your initiative, the
Oh, got
steps
it.
in which
Okay.
you attack.
6.
You roll 3 of them.
Oh yeah. 6, 1, 8.
All right. All right. So, Bud, you're gonna try and fire off a round.
Basically, if I imagine this right, he's got TC. TC's got the torch and is trying to get the arm loose,
Mm-hmm.
get him to let go, and he's cut into it. Bud is just reaching down and grabbing that shotgun, chalking it, and visually, I'm just trying to put it up underneath the arm that he cut, and I'm pulling the trigger. I'm trying to blow his damn arm off.
Okay. Outstanding. All right. So, make a firearms roll, please, or range combat.
I am not great at these. Wait a minute. Where am I looking? Hang on. Range combat.
Okay, you're gonna have a modifier of -3 because you are trying to fire the shotgun engaged. So what that means is you're going to take away 3 skill dice and then roll.
But you have in this case like this, if it goes below what you would have, do you have a default of
Yeah,
one?
you have a minimum of 1 of skill die,
I have one die.
and then your stress dice.
Yes, all 4 of those now. I have no ones on the stress die.
Come on, let's panic.
You have no 1s on the stress die. Did you
No
get a
one-
success?
No, I have a 5.
Okay, cool. So you kind of get it up underneath there and try and pull the trigger or whatnot, but it doesn't go off.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Even though it's not. Seeing that, hearing the click, I'm gonna look at him and go, "Fucking run, man! Fucking run while you can! Go, go!"
God damn it. I'm gonna run, even though I don't like it.
Okay. As you haul ass running away, Dave, you have TC.
I'm gonna have him in a couple of different ways.
It's our first date, man. Go slow.
Like
I say I'm
biblically?
aggressive.
Like,
The alien comes out with a can of WD-40 for some reason.
Like in a marital way?
Oh, shit, there it is right there. Hey, this guy comes prepared, and I like
prepared.
that. I like that.
Prepared. Yes.
Yeah,
Prepared.
I'm gonna finish this.
All right, go ahead.
What am I rolling?
Roll your attack type.
All right. Here we go. 4.
4.
Yep.
All right. Roll 10 attack dice.
Oh, Jesus. I think he also has to make a panic roll if he lives.
He will.
I just want more panic. Can you tell?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Bleak.
All right.
That's 4 successes.
All right. I need you to make a panic roll first, please.
Oh, flashing lights.
Can I have a moment before I panic?
Depending upon what you panic. No, because here's the whole thing. Panic can sometimes get you out of these situations. That's why
I don't want to fight it anymore. Like,
Okay.
I want to occupy this thing so that Bud can fucking run away.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it have its way with me, but I just want like my little moment.
There you go. Have your moment.
I'm gonna reach down and say, "Oh, I need a shot for this."
Lord,
And I'll pull out my flask.
Oh, my God. Oh, my. Dude, that much Malort will kill, like, a village.
And I'm gonna say, "This thing will kill me before you do."
And the last thing you see is a set of jaws going through your head.
And
As if-
the Malort can. All in.
Yeah, just as the Malort can as well. And oddly enough, the xenomorph kind of does a There, as it tries to
Yeah.
spit out the
I mean, that's a
malort.
universal response to Malort right
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
The alien's like, this tastes like the stuff in my fucking alien egg.
As you are, as the remaining 4 of you begin to run, as we have lost yet another member. But after a short period, you catch up with the group and you find them inside the medical bay, waiting.
I'm hauling ass into medical and doing the thing where you basically jump through the bulkhead into the room and turning and spinning to hit whatever button I need to hit to shut the doors.
The door shuts. There are 6 med lab beds here. They're basically just like hypersleep chambers, right? But they can do all sorts of stuff.
Where are the air vents in the room? If any.
Above
How many?
2.
I'm keeping an eye on those.
Okay.
As Bud runs into the med bay, Spencer just looks at him and goes,
Is he going to be here soon?
Huh. Bud probably gives the other adults in the room a glance of, and it's one of those glances. It's a whole conversation of, do I spare this kid for a minute, or do I just tell her the truth?
I think
Remember
she
your
deserves the
goldfish?
truth.
The thing that was chasing this guy, TC, he ain't coming, Spence.
Well, but he's going to get away, right?
And
It'll
no,
just be like a little while.
no, darling, he didn't get away. I tried to save him, but I couldn't.
So the laser didn't work?
Libby's gonna like kneel down beside Spence. You did your best. You tried really hard, right? And sometimes our hardest doesn't always work. But the rest of us are still here, and now we have to focus on us, okay?
Yeah, but he was trying to save me the whole time, and I was trying to save him too.
It's
and
okay.
That's not fair.
It's okay, but now we have to focus on us, right? Because we're still here, so we have TC sacrificed for a reason, right?
He wasn't supposed to have to go.
It's okay. It's okay. But sometimes things just happen and we can't control everything, but we just got to keep moving on, right? We got to do our best like they would in a horror movie.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
We have a goal, and that's to live. And she's going to look up to Bud and then over to the med pods. Do you know how to work these things?
I think I can probably figure it out. Yeah. I
All
know my
right.
way around medical.
Maybe we should get Spence in one first and make sure everything's okay with her.
There are 5 of them, so technically he could run all of them at the same time if he wanted to. Depends upon how quick you want to be.
Why don't we do this? Why don't the 2 of you, Miss Elise has still got her weapon. She can keep an eye on the air vents because we know that's how that sumbitch is getting around. Keep an eye on the air vents. 2 of you get in the pods. I'll check you 2 first, and then Libby, I'll show you how to run it, and then we switch.
All right. Sounds good. Spence, I'm going to need you to get in one of these so we can make sure you're okay. All right. She's going to help you up into the med pod and get you situated before she gets in her own.
If I have one of those things in there, what are we gonna do?
We're going to take it one step at a time. All right.
Okay.
That's how we handle this. We go one step at a time. Okay. If you find one, Miss Elise had a good idea. There's cryo beds still on this ship. We'll get you to a cryo bed for when anything bad happens. And then where we're getting, then we can let people that are way smarter than any of us and have more equipment figure it out.
Okay.
And I would like to use my calming presence since we're not being chased by an alien.
Yeah.
Drop the stress. Yeah.
Once she gets Spence secured, she's going to climb into her own med pod.
Okay. So you guys are kind of, your stress level isn't coming down just yet, right? But like you're taking that moment where you're breathing, it's okay. Elise is standing there very much like watching the door and the vents or whatnot, right? And for the first time in a while, you feel very secure.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
When I get into the med pod, do I have the mobility to like, can I pull out my personal item and look at it while I'm in the med pod, or is that gonna fuck things up?
No, you can. You probably
Okay.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
What is your personal item?
I pull out a picture from my jacket of my family, and that picture is two cats,
Okay.
an orange cat and a calico cat.
Makes so much sense about Libby.
Mind your fucking business, Elise. And she's just staring very sadly at this little photo of these two cats that are cuddled together in a little pink bed.
The bay door, the pod doors come to a close, and a scan begins to move up and down and up and down, and it's going. And Bud, on a terminal that only you can see because of where it's positioned, right? You're reading, it's showing their blood pressure, it's showing all these things, and all their bio readouts seem to be in the green. And then there's a button. Release specimen. Execute.
Looks like all their vitals are in the green.
I'm gonna come around to look at screen.
She walking towards me.
Mm-hmm.
I push the button.
Above your heads, this trap door opens up, and creatures with what appears to be two hands connected to each other launch themselves out and attach themselves to your face, their tails wrapping around your necks, and you lose consciousness as the last thing that you can feel is something organic, wet, and thick, pushing its way down your throat. And all you can remember is the nightmare of being smothered.
Bud's posture just slightly. And as I see her coming, he just turns his eyes towards her. I do believe you would understand. You are
Now, I didn't
corporate.
expect that from you.
Well, I would say that is the intent. You strike me as a woman who is motivated.
More ways than one.
Given the nature of the calamity this entire situation has become, I believe the two of us can find a way to survive.
I look at the pod, and then I look at the door. I would say so. I think that our goals align.
For this moment, yes. I would say they do. Understand if I'm allowed to complete my mission. And we do reach our base safely. I can pull a few strings, put in a word, and make sure that Wayland Yutani knows of your contributions to the bigger picture. Please forgive the ruse. It's necessary.
And what is your goal in all of this?
Well, you're asking to be read in.
Just seeing if they align.
It is quite simple. Deliver the specimens to the colony. Wait for a period of time to allow the population to swell, and then release the specimens into the colony. All at the behest of the Bioweapons Division. These creatures, as I'm sure you've seen, are valuable.
Are they meant to be some sort of super army for Weyland-Yutani?
What is the colloquial phrase? That is above my pay grade. I'm
Lee
merely here to
smirks.
I'm merely here to facilitate. The end game, I leave in the capable hands of Weyland-Yutani.
And as
All right.
as the camera pans out from the ship, slight chittering is still heard as creatures moving around inside the ship. And as it pans back to the engines, you see a luscious green world as the ship begins to fire thrusters to descend on the planet. And that's where we will wrap up Priority-1.
Fucking scientist.
Wow.
Team corporate high fives.
It's always the core pose. It's always the core pose. man.
Always.
You know what?
Always.
I'm glad that Libby and Spencer got into the med pods because Elise was not going to.
Guess what? Neither was Bud.
So, friends, thank you all for playing. I hope that you had a good time. We had a very full house for this one, and it was great and it was wonderful. Because the real monsters are generally the ones to your right and left, not the one coming at you. At this time, again, thank you, Dave, for allowing me
Hey,
to
man,
run this
thank you.
wonderful little thing here.
Hell
I hope
yeah.
everybody had a great time. We'll go around the room and tell us who it is that you are playing in as entirety as you know it. So we'll start with Dave. Who was your character?
Well, Dr. Adrian Hayes was a xenobiologist who was trying to do his best for humanity, but knowing the futility of their venture in some respects. But he was definitely assigned he was corporate, he was a scientist who was assigned to search for new sources of medicines that could be then marketed and mass produced and sold to the masses. So, studying plants and animals. He had no idea that there was some strange weapons related subplot going on here. He was just kind of a dick, but he was rather innocent in that respect, I would say.
Okay. Taylor, who was it that you were playing?
I was playing Spence Harrison, the kid of the group who her parents told her that they
Brilliant.
were going to have this magical new life on the planet that they were going to. Was planning on going out for the track team, super good at running. Every time she got new sneakers, asked if she could show everybody how fast she could run in her new shoes. And then fucking Bud cranked her shit. So that's cool.
I'm real sorry.
Bleak, who are you playing?
I was playing exactly the character as he was. He was just some freaking roughneck who was out here to complain about parts being made in Taiwan and who had a little bit of heartburn.
And Creep, who are you playing?
I played the Comtech engineer who has been working for the past 7 years to infiltrate Weyland-Yutani as a part of the Union of Progressive Peoples to get information as to what they were doing here.
Myriad, who are you playing?
I was playing Elise Carlisle, the company agent who had a promotion to come to this backwater colony to set up a science lab, and I wasn't happy about that. And I was going to find a way to make it worth my while, which meant finding a way to get some weapons.
There you go. And Brian, who were you playing?
I was playing Ulysses Bud Buchanan, a prototype synthetic developed to be a deep cover operative with a mission of a 5-year program. I was placed on this ship with specimens that were hidden in the aft cargo hold that the barcode hidden on my arm would give me access to, with the intent to land on the colony. And within 5 years, once the population settled and the colony was underway, release these specimens into the colony so that they could procreate and spread and basically create a number of these for the bioweapons division.
Outstanding. The only thing that they didn't get to was the actual tie to the UPP because they blew that section of the ship off. So yeah, no, which was neat. Oops. I had to press the button. Oops. Which was very neat and fun. But thank you guys again all for playing, and that's me as the GM. So now it's all on Dave.
Hey, thank you, Kurt. Always a brilliant game playing with you, and what a great cast, you guys. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday morning, afternoon, whatever it might be with us. Thank you guys for being here. That was a lot of fun. I would sit around the table with y'all again anytime. Thanks to the awesome freaking chat activity. Everybody who's been hanging out in the chat. There's been a ton of fun alien-related banter and other topics that we may or may not be able to talk about live, but always fun to have you guys in there. Thank you for the support. If you like what we do here at Guild Superior, please consider following the channel and coming back for some more stuff. We have a bunch of different games going on. We've got our Tuesday night Here's a Greyhawk game, which is in the wonderful world of Greyhawk D&D. We've got an Undying Sky Thursday night campaign run by Minnesota Muse. And next Saturday, this time, the same place, we'll be kicking off some Shadow Dark, the Chronicles of Grimhollow. So please come back and check that out, my friends. I've been dropping links for you guys in the chat as we've been doing these little outros. So thank you all for coming. If there's anything you guys want to plug really quick, if you have some stuff coming up, please do. Creep, what do you have coming up?
Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm gonna be painting Warhammer on my channel. So if you want to come watch me paint some Penitent engines, let's fucking go.
Nice. Thank you. Myriad, what's going on?
You can come catch us this Saturday, next Saturday, for the return of All We've Lost. We were off this week, so I could play in this game. All We've Lost is my
Thank you.
5e homebrew campaign. So
Awesome. Make sure you check this out. Bleak, what's going on in your world, buddy?
Monday night, we have the finale of our Sabbat series, Severed, which Kurt is in. And of course, all the usual programming over at Folk and Myth. So come check us out on Monday. It's going to be pretty fucking twisted. Thank you so much for the invite, and a lot of fun playing with everybody as always.
Hell yeah. Thanks for being here. Brian, what do you have going on, man?
Let's see. Right now, I am putting out pages for my new comic series, the Innsmouth Garden Society. New pages are going up on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I have some new things that are coming from Marvel from the role-playing game side that'll be released later this month. Otherwise, you can catch me on Twitch every now and then, just playing games and hanging out. And right now, raging at Darkest Dungeon 2. So, because
awesome.
That game is mean.
Yeah. Very. Thank you so much, Brian. It was great to meet you. I hope we get to play some more games together, man. That was a lot of fun.
Play games together.
Your reveal at the end was brilliant. And also brilliant, Taylor. Your portrayal of Spence was so good.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing that. And what do you have going on? Tell us what's going on with you.
So tomorrow morning, I will be recording a couple new episodes of Roleplay Inc. with a podcast that I'm on. So wherever you can download your podcast, I play a Bardlock over there, Captain Epony Brink. If you want to check that out, we usually release them on Wednesdays, I believe we're doing right now. And then you can also catch me on Thursdays over on Broken Brain Games, playing Fortuna in Kurt's game.
Awesome. Awesome. What a great TTRPG family we have here. Thank you all for being here. We're going to raid into some more of our friends over at Live from the Apocalypse. So stick around for the raid. Give them some good old fashioned Guild Superior love when we get in there. Thanks again, everybody. Kurt, awesome. What do you have going on? Tell us really quick what you've got brewing over at Broken Brain.
Broken Brain, you can catch us on Thursday for the next episode of our Ravenloft game. Monday, you can catch me over on Folk and Myth, where I am doing the season finale of Sabbath, where Carter's going to get his Memphis barbecue one way or another. And past that,
Bud would like that.
Yeah, past that, my brain's fried at the moment. Lights on Friday. That's what I got.
All good. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. Stick around for the raid. Here we go.